game, and we are on the visitor side, so you're going to hear the Arkadelphia crowd. You're also going to have a little bit lower angle than usual, but we've got a good vantage point. We're going to bring you a lot of exciting football tonight. It promises to be a great game. Stay tuned for Chris Babb and Trey Shucker with the Coaches Show.
Under perfect conditions, your car traveling at 65 miles per hour can stop in about 300 feet. That's the length of a football field.
But a fully loaded tractor trailer, one that weighs 80,000 pounds, will take 2 football fields to stop. And that's if the driver is rested, paying attention, and the truck and load is properly maintained.
If you're in an accident with a big truck, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
Get the experienced team that's going to be on your side, by your side.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are on your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Price & Company Insurance is the area's only trusted choice independent insurance agency. What is that, you might ask? An independent insurance agency works for you, the customer, and not the insurance companies. So the next time you're shopping for home, auto, business, life, or health insurance, we invite you to experience an unprecedented level of customer service and expertise. Call or click for a quote today.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia. Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker joins us now. This interview each week brought to you by Austin Wingfield State Farm, 620 Pine Street, 246-2162. Coach, it's Friday, November 19th, and we're still talking football. That means we're into the playoffs. This is a fun time of year. Your Badgers got a first-round win last week against Clinton, and then tonight in Northeast Arkansas in Batesville, or just outside of Batesville, to face the Southside Southerners. Being able to game prep on weeks like this, there are not many teams left, and you're one of them. That's got to be a good feeling for the program.
It is. It is. This is what we work so hard for. This is what we think we can do every year. This is the goal of playing deep in the playoffs, and we're still not there. But we've taken care of business up to this point, and here we are. Round 2 of the playoffs in Batesville Southside, and we're excited. It should be a fun night.
Taking a look at last week's game against Clinton, playoffs, crazy things happen. I would imagine staying even keel is important, and that was important last week. You come out and could not have had a better start. A defensive stop, one offensive play, touchdown, a defensive fumble picked up and returned for a touchdown. 2 minutes into the game, it's 14-0.
Yes.
And then the momentum shifts over to Clinton. Clinton takes care of some things that they were doing offensively. They're able to score a couple of touchdowns, get an onside kick, and then ended up taking the lead. And then you regain it back. I would imagine that in the playoffs, preaching that even-keeled nature and not getting too high or too low is a key. It is.
And we've seen this multiple times this season where we start a game almost perfect. Yeah. I mean, it's almost as perfect as you can get. And then we've also started the game pretty slow. I mean, so we've been on both sides of it.
Especially after the last 2 weeks, Malvern and Bauxite, you're like, great, this is great. We didn't have a opening kickoff. It's great, 14-0, quick out of the gate.
So we've definitely been on both sides of it, and our kids have been able to handle it and been able to bounce back through all of it. And that's a big thing. Is we would like to start the game as perfect as possible. It's never a perfect game, but we'd like to keep the momentum the entire first half, and put it away early if we could. Don't know if that's going to be the case tonight, but if we can start fast, we'll be in a good situation throughout the game.
Clinton, primarily a running offense. They did line up in shotgun, I think, a little bit more than what we were expecting. But they were a ball control offense, and I think one of the counts we had in the press box was 93 offensive plays for Clinton compared to 39 for Arkadelphia.
Yep.
Pretty efficient. You score 56 points on, I guess, 49 points on offense on 39 offensive plays. I would guess that was your defense. Just had to be patient. Obviously, you'd like to get some off the field on third down, but they just had to stay in there as well, and that's kind of going to be the case tonight as well.
That's right. They're going to do some ball control offense as well, try to keep it away from us. Whenever you're scoring as fast as we did against Clinton, the defense is going to be out there. You put if the defense is out there for 12 plays, we get the ball back, we score in 3 or 4. The defense goes right back out for another 10, 12 plays. We get the ball back, we go out another 5 to 6 play drive. So that's a lot of plays that the defense is on the field, even though they're getting the offense off the field. So it just happens fast sometimes, and our defense is well prepared for that. They're conditioned as they showed Friday with being able to play 90-something snaps, and we came out on top in our defense. We didn't have guys cramping. We weren't winded. It was just Clinton's physical. They're good at what they do, and just did a good job of controlling and managing the clock on their end and trying to keep the ball away from us. Our offense did a great job of being efficient when we had it, and that's all we can do offensively is, when we have it, go score. And we did that. We did it really quickly, and it really put pressure on Clinton to do things that they didn't really want to do. We started getting ahead, and they had to get out of their game plan a little bit.
One of the plays of the game, I thought, this is the second week in a row. You had it against Malvern and against Clinton last week, where your defense is on the field in the last couple of minutes of the second quarter. You're able to use timeouts and get the ball back and put a score on the board right before halftime. In this game, you get the ball coming back out as well. So talk about the importance of that and how key those, people may be watching, great, another score, but those last few minutes of quarters and halves are very important.
They are, and I don't think, I don't know if many teams use that opportunity as much as they probably should. I know that, one of my philosophies is having as many possessions as possible, and that's what I'm trying to do in that situation. I'm trying to steal a possession back.
Yeah, right.
So I'm using those timeouts to get the ball back. I know if we've got the ball, I feel good about us scoring. We've just got so many playmakers to be able to score wherever the ball's out on the field. So I'm just trying to get the ball back, use those timeouts. Our defense has got to get them off the field and keep them from getting a first down for those timeouts to be effective. And our defense has done a great job of that. Coach Grimmett, our defensive staff, has put our kids in position to make plays. And just in those situations, we've done a really good job at getting them off the field. And, especially whenever our opponent's mindset in that situation is probably trying to just drain the clock and punt it away or just get it out of territory to not get us the ball back in situations. And we've done a good job of scoring wherever the ball's at.
Offensively, you mentioned the playmakers. Trip Campbell has 2 touchdown catches against Clinton. Ja'Shawn Davis was your offensive player of the week. 12 carries, over 150 yards, 12 carries, and 5 of those were for touchdowns. You mentioned the word efficient. It doesn't get much more efficient for that from your offensive line than Ja'Shawn Davis.
That's right. And you said it right there. Your offensive line did a great job. They're playing at a high level right now, maintaining the line of scrimmage, controlling the line of scrimmage in our pass pro and our run game. What we're talking about right now is a run game. And, Ja'Shawn, if he gets any kind of daylight at all or a one-on-one, if he gets one-on-one with a tackler, he ends up winning that a lot of times. And that's what you saw Friday with Clinton. And, he was if there's a smooth day at the office, I don't know what that looks like compared to this. I mean, 12 carries, 5 touchdowns, over 150 yards. That's unheard of. That's pretty smooth.
That's bad.
Pretty smooth.
The Badgers come up with a 56-26 win in round 1 of the playoffs, and that brings us to round 2. Tonight, Arkadelphia is in Batesville to face the Southside Southerners. After the break, we'll talk about tonight's game, what to expect offensively, defensively from the Southerners, and talk about the Badgers' week of practice this week leading up to the game. You're watching Arkadelphia Badger football. This is the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show, and we'll be back with Coach Shucker after this timeout. As a family-owned sporting goods supplier since 1950, Southwest Sporting Goods understands the value of customer service and is committed to providing the best quality customer service and merchandise available. Southwest Sporting Goods is located in Arkadelphia, but also has salesmen that cover the entire state of Arkansas to help ensure that their customers will receive the best customer service and pricing that can be found. Southwest Sporting Goods, located in downtown Arkadelphia, supporting the Badgers since 1950.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says Go Badgers.
Call State Farm agent Austin Wingfield at 870-246-2162 today.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. This interview brought to you by Austin Wingfield State Farm, 620 Pine Street in Arkadelphia, 870-246-2162. Coach, before the break, we talked a lot about the offense, but your defense had to adjust to a different style, although it's a version of what you've seen in a few teams. It is different, and big sophomore running back for Clinton was able to a couple of those double handoffs and just a little bit of deception. But your defense, as the game went on, adjusted to that. And tonight, facing a similar offense, although it's going to be coming, out of the shotgun, the gun tee, kind of similar look tonight that you're going to see.
It is. It's the same thing. They're going to do bug sweep. They're going to run some belly. They're going to run, that double handoff that we had problems with last week. They're the same offense, just in the shotgun. But I will say this: Batesville Southside probably does it quite a bit better. They look the same. They're bigger, or they're big. They're physical. They're just efficient with how they run it. They just got more things that they do out of it. And them being in the shotgun kind of allows that. So they'll do some different things compared to Clinton. We're also going to do some different things that we defensively we're doing different things than what we schemed for Clinton. So tonight we should be efficient. We should be physical, match their physicality and exceed it. But we're going to be in better positions to make plays.
Coach, your defensive player of the game was Kobe Buckley, a senior defensive back. And so you see that and you assume that it might be a deal where it was a passing offense. But that's a defensive back safety coming up and being the defensive player of the game against a running offense. Kind of shows me that no matter what you're playing, you do have a role against against an offense like that. And you're going to have this similar tonight.
That's right. And Kobe's one of those guys that tackles really well. He's our starting free safety. And, the role that he played last week was he kind of had to play outside linebacker. Mm-hmm. And, he'll be asked to do the same thing tonight. But, if we try not to change personnel on different things, but there are situations that we've run into in the past that we've had to, and we will. So we will do that. We're going to keep our same scheme, but just change the personnel. But Kobe's one of those guys that we don't have to do that. I mean, he did a great job. 13, 14 tackles, 2 sacks, multiple tackles for loss also from the safety position. Did a great job at run fits, and he's going to have to do the same thing tonight.
Against this offense, what are the roles of the defensive line and linebackers? A lot of times they say defensive line are there to occupy the linemen. Offensive linemen let the linebackers make the tackles. What are the keys tonight for Arkadelphia's defense?
The biggest thing for the defensive line is to control the line of scrimmage. We're going to put them in a position to make plays, and they've got to go do it. We've got to wrap up tackle. Our linebackers have got to run fit quickly. We've got to get downhill, and we've got to stop the ball carrier in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage. If we let them get past the line of scrimmage, that's whenever those big linemen will get downfield and get up on your skill players, and that's when it's going to be bigger plays being made, and we can't allow that. We've got to be aggressive on defense. We've got to stop those pullers from pulling, and we've got to go wrap up and make plays in the backfield.
The Arkansas Democrat-Gazette posts weekly statistic updates with the leaders, and you look at the rushing stats, and Jay-Sean Davis and Haas from Southside are right there together. I would imagine that he's a key for this offense as well as their quarterback.
No doubt he is. They've got a real skilled running back, and then their quarterback's very skilled as well. They both like to run them, or both of them like to run, and they're good at what they do.
The non-conference and conference schedule, coaches talk about preparing you for games like this. I can see this being the atmosphere being similar to that of which Arkadelphia saw at Greenbrier. A good community that supports its football is going to be a good environment to play in on both sides of the ball, but particularly up there. Your non-conference, actually, we talked about this last week. The 3 losses that Arkadelphia has are teams that are together a combined 31-2. All 3 losses still in the playoffs. Greenbrier undefeated 11-0. Camden Fairview 10-1 in the 6A quarterfinal. The 5A second round, and then Joe T. Robinson. So it seems like that the scheduling that you did for non-conference has gone to serve you well and prepared you for nights like this.
It really has. Our non-conference is so competitive, and really good quality programs and teams and coaching staffs, and this is why it's so crucial to have that non-conference schedule, because those non-conference games are just like playoff games. Just like you said, tonight is going to feel more of an atmosphere like we saw at Greenbrier. We saw that the second or third game of the season, and so we've already been through that atmosphere, competed well. We didn't come out on top in that, but that's a quality opponent. I mean, they're top of 5A.
No doubt.
They really are, and our kids handled it well. We just ball didn't bounce our way, and there were some things that we were struggling at the time that we've improved on so much. Tackling being one of those. We had a lot of missed tackles that game, and we haven't had as many missed tackles since. Right. And so we're encouraged tonight. We're excited to be in Batesville Southside and in the environment in round 2 of the playoffs. And it's exciting. I mean, to win a championship, you've got to win on the road at some point. I mean, you can't play at home. You're not going to win a state championship game at home.
Right.
I mean, so everybody's going to have to win on the road at some point. Round 2, here we are. Let's go.
All right, it's about kickoff time. That'll sum it up.
Yeah.
It's here. Let's go. Thanks to Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker for joining us each week. Appreciate you taking your time out to talk with us and let the fans hear about each game. This interview is brought to you each week by Austin Wingfield State Farm, 620 Pine Street in Arkadelphia, 870-246-2162. Kickoff between the Badgers and the Southerners in the second round of the 4A state playoffs is closer. We'll be back with more. You're watching ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. Back after this timeout.
When severe weather knocks you down, Shelter Insurance is there to help pick you up. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
In Arkadelphia, contact Shelter Agent Chad Kesterson.
Doctors Gary and Rob Rucker are proud sponsors of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Dr. Gary and Rob Rucker supporting the Badgers since 1996.
Thanks for meeting me here.
No problem. Farm Bureau Insurance has local agents making this kind of thing real easy.
Well, your auto insurance has saved me a lot on old Becky here.
Harold, your dog swallowed the remote again.
Who's that?
Older Becky.
Oh. Ugh.
Real service, real people. That's Farm Bureau Insurance.
Call Clark County Farm Bureau today at 870-246-4554.
For over 75 years, Mary and Martha's Florist and Gifts on Main Street in Arkadelphia has served the people of Arkadelphia and her surrounding communities, providing a wide variety of floral and gift needs. Do you have a special occasion that calls for just the right touch of creativity? Join the many who call David Goodman at Mary and Martha's to create a floral arrangement to fit their needs and budget. Call Mary and Martha's at 870-246-2446 or visit their location at 921 Main Street in Arkadelphia. Mary and Martha's Florist is a proud supporter of the Arkadelphia Badgers.
Locally owned and operated, Java Primo is the official coffee house of ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. In addition to coffee, drinks, and desserts, we also have wonderful options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Shop our gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com or visit us on Main Street in historic downtown Arkadelphia. Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more says, Go Badgers!
Welcome back to Southerner Stadium on the campus of Southside High School, just south of Batesville. It is about time for kickoff in this second round matchup between the Arkadelphia Badgers and the Southside Southerners in the second round of the 4A7 state playoffs. This is Chris Babb joined by Chase Hartzell. You see the Arkadelphia Badgers making their way onto the field. We're about 7 minutes from kickoff, but the Badgers are ready to go. Chase, big game, obviously, in the second round of the state playoffs. You're coming on the road. Arkadelphia needs to get off to a fast start and minimize turnovers.
That's right. Efficiency is the key, and that's exactly what we saw a week ago against Clinton. Very few plays from scrimmage, only 39 offensive plays for the Badgers offense, but how about this? More than a point per offensive play in that game, putting up a season-high 56 points against the Clinton Yellow Jackets. And you talk about getting that early momentum. This Badger crowd here tonight is going to hopefully help the team get that right here. I'll tell you, the S in the middle of the field is a dead giveaway that this is not a home game for the Badgers, but you wouldn't tell it by this visitor crowd here tonight. We've got a packed visitor parking lot behind us, and dare I say it, the Badger faithful here match the home crowd for the Southerners here at Southerner Stadium.
There are a lot of Badger fans, and you will see the back of several of their heads. As our camera vantage point, you can see is a little bit low, and so we do apologize if an exciting fan gets in the shot, but it's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. But so you can call it radio with an added little bonus of picture every once in a while. But we're looking forward to bringing you this game. Chase, you talk about the offensive efficiency. But let's talk about the Arkadelphia defense. Arkadelphia is going to face a mainly run offense, but this is a gun tee, Coach Kenny Simpson's offense. This is Coach Kenny Simpson, the offensive coordinator, was the head coach when these two teams previously met in 17. He was 1 year the head coach at Searcy High School, and then came back to Southside as the offensive coordinator. This is a running offense out of the shotgun, which allows them to pass as well. Arkadelphia is going to have to be on its toes.
That's right, and we talk about those wing offenses and those wing tee offenses. This time you mentioned the variation with the gun tee that we're going to see from Southside here tonight, but Arkadelphia has seen offensive sets like this before this season. A lot of teams running similar sets in the 7-4A, and then last week against Clinton we saw another variation of the wing tee. So the Badgers are ready for those formations here tonight. This is a very talented and very efficient Southerner offense, though. They're going to have to make the most of every opportunity that they can get out there for those open field tackles, and they've got to stop the play at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to start the Southside offense will start with Landon Haas, the quarterback. 844 passing yards, 1,432 rushing yards. It starts and ends with the quarterback, Haas. The captains are taking the field from left to right for Arkadelphia. Tucker Johnson, Landon Kewen, Alex Loy, Darian Beard, and Matthew Porter. The seniors to Southside also taking the field, and the captains, Alex Loy, will meet the Batesville Southside, the Southside captain. And we're about ready. Chase, keys to the game for Arkadelphia and Batesville.
Well, for Arkadelphia, you've got to have that early momentum. You've got to get going right from the get-go, depending on if you're going to start out with the ball or if you're on defense. If you're on defense, obviously you're going to look to get that quick stop. Arkadelphia was on the field a long time against Clinton, so we know that they have those endurance to go on those long drives and make crucial stops on their own side of the field, but it would definitely be nice to get the Southside offense off the field early, and we know that this Badger offense has quick strike ability, and hopefully they can take advantage of some early opportunities and get on the board early in what should be an entertaining matchup.
Arkadelphia won the toss and will receive. The captains are shaking hands. The Badgers are ready. The Southerners are still waiting to come out of their locker room. So we'll take a break, and when we return, we'll have kickoff between the Badgers and the Southerners. We will be back after this 30-second timeout.
Roadrunner is fueling good, 1 gallon at a time, including for our very own Arkadelphia Badgers. When you fill up at Roadrunner's designated spirit pump on Pine Street at I-30, 3 cents of every gallon will go straight back to our school. This fall, Roadrunner is giving us the option to fill our tanks and our cups with a free fountain drink when we show our spirit pump receipt. In just 2 years, Roadrunner has donated more than $75,000 to local schools through this community-based initiative. We can't drop the ball now. This football season, let's head to Roadrunner to support our Badgers. Follow Roadrunner Stores on Facebook or visit roadrunnerstores.com for more information.
And we welcome you back now to scenic Southerner Stadium here in Southside, Arkansas. As you can see right there, the Arkadelphia Badgers just taking the field. The visiting crowd here fired up for this second round matchup in the 4A state playoffs. And right now, we're going to welcome back Dr. Jeff Root to the booth. Dr. Root, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be back with you, Chase. What a fun night this is. Nice little drive from Arkadelphia. We had a good time, right? Stopped at the Bulldog Drive-In in Bald Knob, Arkansas. Strawberries were out of season, but still had a good time at the drive-in, and now we're ready for some football here. We're just on the south side of the White River. On the north side is Batesville proper, but we've seen a growing community here in Southside.
That's right, and we were commenting on that on the way up here. This is a community that has really seen a lot of growth over these last few years, developed a really good football program out here at Southside, as you can tell by this home crowd here tonight, these great facilities here at Southside. And they're also fielding a great product over there. 9-2 season for the Southerners coming into this game. And even some fireworks.
Even before the game starts, they're shooting the fireworks off. Got a little Notre Dame helmet going on the south side as well with the gold helmets. Arkadelphia in all white tonight. Blue numerals. I love that road uniform of Arkadelphia. The pregame sponsor was Southern Bancorp. The Trey Shucker interview with Chris Babb, that sponsor was Austin Wingfield State Farm. Thank you to both of those. And now our first quarter sponsor is Taylor King Law. Very excited about all of our sponsors. We're going to bring you their spots. We're going to call their names out because we are so proud of the many, many sponsors that we have that support not only the Arkadelphia Badgers, Arkadelphia High School, but the community of Arkadelphia. It means a lot.
It does, and we've had great support from our sponsors all throughout the season. They're the ones that help us bring this broadcast to you every week, and we are very thankful to all of them for their contributions to Arkadelphia Athletics and to Arkadelphia Badger TV.
We've got an unsung hero tonight, and we're not going to let him be unsung anymore. Coleman Callan on camera has done a great job of finding a spot in this low press box on the visitor side where he can go end zone to end zone. So we believe we're going to bring you a lot of a tight action here as we're close to the field. And we'll just see how many people stand up in front of the camera, but we're going to bring it to you anyway. We're excited to do so. I think Chase and I are going to wander around in the press box looking for angles out of one window or another, but we're excited to be here on the visitor side with the Arkadelphia fans. So when you hear the fans in the background, that's going to be the Arkadelphia fans that you're picking up, and they number just about as large as the home side fans, I would say, as Southside's got a nice crowd, but a very nice crowd has come from Arkadelphia to support the Badgers here tonight at Southside. Well, the Badgers are going to return this kickoff, and, of course, they'll look for an onside kick. A couple of successful onside kicks last week for Southside against Star City. Wouldn't be surprised to see them try it again and perhaps try it right away on the opening kickoff. Badgers are looking for it, appear to be ready, but he's going to kick it deep. Arkadelphia's got a chance to return it from the 25 up to the 30 to the 35-yard line. This is Latonio Hughes to the 40, knocked out of bounds just before he reaches midfield. Good return.
It was, and not a lot of space to work with there up the middle, but Hughes able to get around the edge and pick up some nice yardage there at the end of the return. Excellent field position for the Badgers to start out this road game.
Arkadelphia is going to set up just on its own side of the 50-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 48-yard line of Arkadelphia. Badgers go with first down and 10 as we get the game underway. Arkadelphia is going to send Babb and Alex Lloyd to the far side, top of your screen. And they're going to have two running backs, and now one will move in motion. They're going to pitch it outside, and here's a run by Bailey. He's got some room to the 50, to the 45, first down at the 40, still going to the 35, 30-yard line and down at the 26. Good first play from scrimmage.
Strong run there from the senior Bailey. That time just a little bit of a pitch to the outside, but the Badgers finding some excellent space there to the outside. Great work up front by the O-line, and Bailey able to continue this strong run, shaking off the contact and getting a nice gain from the first play from scrimmage.
Donovan Witten at quarterback. Running back, of course, is Davis, and what a year he has had. He'll go in motion. Arkadelphia will throw it out to Davis in the flat. It comes to the near side. He's got yardage to the 15, to the 10. Is he in? Yes, touchdown Arkadelphia, but we have a flag down, and it might come back. Let's see. Looks like it could be a holding call. We're waiting for the official to give that call. Looks like they're going to call it, and this touchdown will come back. What a beautiful play. Good pass from Witten, good run, but they're going to mark it back, and it is against Arkadelphia. So Arkadelphia will have the ball at the 25-yard line. Well, touchdown knocked off the board, but Arkadelphia has run two good plays. The second one wiped out by a holding call. From the 25-yard line, and the scoreboard showing the 31-yard line, but the ball is sitting on the 25. So from the 25, they mark it out from the spot. It's first down and 9, as it turns out. Running play. Up the middle it goes. There's some yardage for Davis in traffic. He bulls his way forward. Good run across the 20-yard line.
And that was a strong run there for Davis to start out his night on the ground. He showed great hands on that previous play. Unfortunately got called back a little bit, but that time setting up the run game very well with an efficient gain.
Ball at the 19. Arkadelphia wants to pass. Witten rolls to his right. Now he's going to run, and I think he's going to have a first down inside the 15, near the 12.
And how about Witten there with some creativity rolling out to the right side. Thought he might have Davis in the flats, but the opportunity never really opened up for him. Davis was able to block on that play, and Witten able to run forward. He wasn't afraid of the contact, brought down among 3 or 4 Southerner defenders, but not before he got the first down.
So many options here. First down and 10, 12-yard line of Southside. Arkadelphia on the move. Davis splits out wide near the sideline. Witten wants to pass. Now he looks like he might run. He'll go to the near side and make some yardage. He's up near the 6-yard line. Good run by Witten. Remember, he's a big quarterback and doesn't mind bulling forward.
He is, and as we mentioned just a few seconds ago, he's not going to shy away from contact. And on that run right there, just tucking it and running, couldn't find anyone downfield, took it in his own hands, and ends up getting a good gain for the Badgers.
Arkadelphia will run it again. This is Davis. He's inside the 5. Looks like he's going to make the 3, maybe the 2-yard line.
Don't put it in. They just won from it. Get it back.
Badgers go with a big lineup. They line up quickly. Handoff. This is Davis. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. Really impressive first drive.
And a great play call there to cap off that drive. Ja'Shawn Davis so hard to stop when he gets down near the line right there. They line up in power formation on that run. Got some great blocks up front, and Davis able to tiptoe around the corner there and into the end zone. Huge score for the Badgers here to open up this game on the road. They have an early 6-0 lead.
Nice kickoff return. That made a difference. And then Arkadelphia got big yardage on his first play from scrimmage, a holding call on the second play that went to the end zone, but it came back and didn't make much difference because Arkadelphia was able to march right in for the touchdown by Davis.
And Arkadelphia is going to be wanting to be building off this early momentum. We'll see if they can do that right now, or excuse me, in a few moments here right after this break.
.940 left. 3-yard touchdown run by Ja'Shawn Davis. Extra point. Arkadelphia leads it 7-0. Badgers set for the kickoff. Badgers have been known to onside kick on occasion, but they also like to kick it deep. You never know, though, who's going to kick it. Is it going to be Brock Curry? Is it going to be Spencer Allen? Looks like Allen this time. Here's the kick. Line drive shot. It is returnable from the 17-yard line. Up the middle it goes. He'll break one tackle, cross the 30-yard line, and go down at the 33-yard line. Defense comes onto the field.
And this defense a week ago, building up some endurance against Clinton, had 93 plays on the field compared to Arkadelphia's 39 plays on offense, but this defense held strong, giving up just 26 points to a very dynamic offense running out of the wing tee from Clinton. Similar to what we're going to see here tonight, but the Southerners will be running out of that gun tee, out of the shotgun.
They spot it at the 34-yard line. First down and 10 from that spot for Southside. First play from scrimmage. They've got a good quarterback. He can run and he can pass. His name is Landon Haas. Met his father before the game. They're excited about this contest. He'll run to his left side and make some yardage across near the 40-yard line. Ran with most of the student body to the left side and got some yardage, and a Badger is down at the end of the play. And so we might be in a position here where we're going to take a break, I think. That gain was up to the 41-yard line, so a nice gain of 7. And with the injury on the field, we're going to take a break. Arkadelphia 7, Southside 0, 9:19 left. We're in the first quarter.
The Board of Directors of South Central Arkansas Electric Cooperative believes in the necessity of high-speed internet access in rural South Central Arkansas. South Central Connect was created to fill a need other internet providers are not able to provide to our area. South Central Connect, through our local cooperative, brings the necessity of internet service to your house, much like they did electricity in the 1930s. Sign up today at southcentralconnect.com or call 855-269-3429.
R&T Dixon's Exxon stores are proud supporters of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Locally owned and operated by Randy and Tanya Dixon, we welcome you to visit any of our 3 convenient locations in Arkadelphia and Caddo Valley. Fill up your tank and get your snacks in our stores located at each I-30 exit and also near downtown by Washita and Henderson. Visit Dixon's Family Store at 3036 Pine Street or Tiger Mart on North 10th Street in Arkadelphia, or visit Dixon's Valley Exxon at 144 Valley Street in Caddo Valley today. R&T Dixon's Exxon stores say, "Go Badgers."
Jelias Solomon is the injured Badger. You see him coming off the field now. He has played well, Chase. He's had really a building season. Shame to see him go out on the first play from scrimmage for Southside.
That's right. A guy who has contributed a lot to this program this year, has really stepped up when the Badgers needed him, and now it's time for one of his teammates to step up for him. Hopefully we'll see him back in this game pretty soon.
Second down and between 3 and 4 for Southside after a good run by Haas on first down. He's the quarterback. He'll take the snap. Remember, they do run a very similar offense as Clinton did last week. They just ran out of the shotgun, but many of the same plays. Here is a double handoff back to the side. Now in the middle, not much room at all. Not enough for a first down. Arkadelphia will hold for a third down attempt. It was a gain of about 1. So third and between 2 and 3, closer to 3.
And this is where that preparation from the Clinton game really comes into play, because you saw the double handoff like we saw from the Yellow Jackets a week ago. The Badgers had to adjust to it a little bit last week, but they were ready for it this time in this matchup. And now they forced a 3rd and short here for the Southerners on their first drive of the game. Southside will look to avoid going 3 and out.
Haas standing alone in the backfield. He's a good runner, and he will run it to his left. He's in some trouble, but he'll break free and be close to a first down. This is just very close. Depends on the spot. He might not have gotten there. It's 4th down. 4th down and 1. Southside might go for it here on 4th down and a yard. It's a full yard that they need, but they're on their own side of the field at the 43. They're going to run a bunch of blockers on the right side, and we'll see if Haas will just follow them. Landon Haas. Ooh, he jumped. Yeah, the receiver to the near side jumped off sides. It's going to be 4th down and 6.
And those are the kind of mistakes you can't afford to make in situations such as these. And we talk about that home field advantage that you have in the playoffs. Arkadelphia really starting to negate that, and they're starting to put a little pressure on the Southerners in their own stadium.
Really makes you wonder if they scheduled a pass for 4th and 1 because the wide receiver was so anxious to jump at the beginning of the play. They're going to mark it off, and on 4th down and 6, they're going to punt the ball to Arkadelphia. Badgers are going to get the ball back unless they fake it. Alex Loy goes deep to receive this kick. It's a good snap, and here's the punt. It's underway. Nice punt. Will be allowed to bounce at the 32, but here comes Lloyd to return it. He'll cut, make it to the 35, 36-yard line, but that's good field position for Arkadelphia's second possession tonight.
And Arkadelphia on special teams has done a pretty good job of collecting those kicks off of the bounce and then moving them forward for a few extra yards. That's exactly what we saw from Loy right there, getting a couple extra yards there at the end of the return and giving the Badgers just a little bit better field position to start out this drive. They'll start out just past their own 35-yard line at their own 36.
Arkadelphia received the opening kickoff, ran it back to the 48-yard line. Latonio Hughes on that run back, and then Arkadelphia scored quickly to make it 7-0. Now Arkadelphia has its second possession, still 7-0, starting at its own 36-yard line. They're going to hand it right back to, no, it's a keeper. This is Whitten. That's a good fake, and he's got some yardage. He drops the ball on the far side, but I think it went out of bounds. Lost the ball as he was tackled on the sideline, but it went out of bounds. That was a good gain, enough for a first down. They'll move the chains. That is a Welch Funeral Home first down.
And we didn't see the option as much when the season started out, but the Badgers starting to go more and more to that play, and they've really started to build up success running out of that formation right there. Whitten with an excellent quarterback keeper. The defense had their attention on Davis, and that allowed him to scramble for that Welch Funeral Home first down.
3 receivers to the near side. Running play up the middle. This is Davis. Good room. Bounces off tacklers, falls forward. That, folks, is another Welch Funeral Home first down.
And Davis showing you why he's so hard to stop once he gets a head full of steam. That time running straight at the defensive line. Spins off some tacklers, just bulldozes some as well. Is able to pick up a solid gain right there. Not quite a first down, but very close.
On first down, another running play. Davis is hit early this time. He'll fall forward and pick up maybe 2 yards. And that is enough for a first down. They marked it short of a first down moments ago, but on that short yardage second down play, they didn't make the first down this time. So it's a first down and 10 this time. I thought he had the first down on the previous run, but he was a yard short. So now with that short run, he's got a new first down at the 41-yard line of Batesville Southside. On first down, Whitten wants to pass. He's got a little bit of time. He throws it downfield to an open Bailey. Bailey at the 20, to the 10. Bailey is in the end zone. Touchdown, Arkadelphia.
Well, Jeff, you can't draw it up any better than that. Several wideouts there downfield for the Badgers. But Braylon Bailey wide open there in the flats. He was able to break into the open field. It looks like we have a replay right here. You can just see Bailey untouched at this point, and he darts down that far sideline right there and in for the score for Arkadelphia. Huge play for the Badgers as they go up by 2 scores now on the road.
Spencer Allen's extra point is up, and it is good. Arkadelphia 14, Southside 0, 6:17 left. We are in the first quarter tonight. We'll be back with more action after this.
Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are in your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, you know, it's going to be a long drive home, Chase, but if the game is this exciting for much longer, we'll have plenty to talk about. Arkadelphia up 14-0 right now.
And you couldn't have asked for a better start on the road in the second round of the 4A state playoffs. The Badgers marching right down the field on the first drive, picking up the score. They forced a 3-and-out on defense. And then right there, excellent play. Braylon Bailey getting into open space, was able to haul in a beautiful pass from Donovan Whitten on that far sideline. He races the length of the rest of that sideline and in for a touchdown. And all of a sudden, Arkadelphia up 2 scores here at Southerners Stadium. And we still haven't seen half of the first quarter yet.
Bouncing kickoff. It bounces high and will be returned from the 30. This is a tight end that will take it to the 35. He'll struggle on forward near the 40-yard line. Now, we will say it's been a very, very good start for Arkadelphia at 14-0, but Southside's a good offensive team, so there's a lot of football left.
That is true, and Southside is here at home with home field advantage for a reason. This is a team that went 9-2 on the year, won some really good football games. And we talk about this offense. They are explosive, have run for over 4,000 yards combined as a unit this year. And they'll be looking to add to those totals here tonight, running out of the gun tee offense.
Again, they do often run that same kind of running attack that Arkadelphia saw against Clinton. They just run it from the shotgun, which gives them more options to throw the ball. Here is a counter play and a good run up the middle for some yardage. That ball will go near midfield, but stop short. They're going to mark it well at the 47-yard line, but that's still a nice gain on first down.
And that play right there, it was Southside using that double handoff efficiently on that play and got a little bit of space up the middle there, but credit Alex Turley, stuck his arm out, and he was able to make the open field tackle short of that first down marker.
On second down, they'll run to the near side. Blocker's in front of the running back, and he's going to get some yardage and then be dragged down from behind. Arkadelphia with a nice job coming from Tucker Guy on the tackle, but that's enough for a first down. On the carry that time was Seth Case. He's not a big guy at 5'8", 140, but he had a touchdown reception last week, and he can run the ball as well. First down at the Arkadelphia 48-yard line for Batesville Southside. All running so far from Southside. Haas is in the shotgun. He's a good senior quarterback. 6 feet 170. He's going to hand off. Up the middle it goes. A little bit of yardage there up to the Arkadelphia 45-yard line. On the carry that time was Colby Harris, a junior running back. At the Arkadelphia 45-yard line, it's second down and 7. Haas looks to the sideline to get the play. They do have one wide receiver in the formation. That is Blaine Warden. Otherwise, they are in definitely a running situation, or running formation, even though they are in the shotgun. Landon Haas has run for over 1,400 yards this year at the quarterback position. Here is a misdirection play. Now he cuts it up the middle and makes another nice gain up to the Arkadelphia 36-yard line. Well, when you're going against greater speed, and the defense for Arkadelphia has greater speed than the offense of Batesville Southside, sometimes misdirection can help you.
It does, and that time just a slow, methodical run up the middle, able to use a little bit of trickery on that play, and Southside's man there able to break up the middle for a nice gain and a first down.
That counter action has worked so far for Southside. Here's a handoff coming to the left side. Some good blocking on that side. They got big linemen, and another good gain on first down across the 30 to the 27-yard line.
And we saw the misdirection on the previous play. No misdirection this time, just a good run there to the left side, and was able to pick up some nice yardage, getting closer to that first down marker. He's going to be a couple yards short of it, and it's going to be second and short now for the Southerners.
Second down and 2. They do have a really large left side of the line of scrimmage. And they blocked well that time. Haas will run to his left. He tries to go outside. He's in some trouble and will lose yardage. Back to the 30-yard line. They might give him the 29, but it's a sizable loss, and now third and middle range, about 5. They'll mark it right at the 30. Third down and 5 coming.
And that time, Haas was just trying to get around the edge, and a little bit of a hesitation that gave the Badgers defenders enough time to get to the ball carrier and take him down in the backfield. Excellent read from the Badgers, and now they force third down.
Warden, the receiver, is on the near side. He's split wide. Now they're going to send a receiver into the slot. And that's going to be Colby Harris. But Haas is a very good runner at quarterback, lining up in the shotgun on third down and 5. He wants to hand off, and he does. Coming to the near side now, a cut upfield, and he'll get that 5 yards. So it just depends on the spot, but I think he might have a first down. He does. They will not have to measure. It's right on the yard line, 5-yard run. That play looks like it's designed, Chase, to come to the sideline, but instead they're cutting it up the middle of the field and getting some yardage.
And Southside just doing a good job right now of monitoring and adjusting to this defense. Maybe not going according to the game plan for the Southerners, but they're able to adapt well, and they're able to use those plays in their playbook to still pick up some good yardage.
First down and 10 at the Arkadelphia 25-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield, running play, and there's some yardage into the secondary. That'll go for just about 10 yards. Let's see where they spot it. I'm going to spot it for a first down.
And right now on the screen, they've got a little graphic up there talking about the Dunn dozer, and that's exactly what Jacob Dunn was right there. He's just such a strong runner when he gets into space. And that time he kept running, resisted the contact, and was able to pick up a nice gain for the Southerners. And now Southside for the first time in this game in the Badgers red zone. We'll see what they can do here.
Haas at quarterback has running backs to his left and his right. He's going to hand off, and the run this time is up the middle. It's a good run, about 6 yards on the play. They're inside the 10-yard line. Good bounce back here by Southside after falling behind Arkadelphia 14-0. Eating up a little bit of clock in the process. No hurry as they look to the sideline. And now Southside is ready for the play. They're going to hand off again. Up the middle it goes. He's patient. He gets a good run inside the 5. That's first down and goal. Good blocking at the point of attack. This is a big offensive line, and they're working well right now.
And we're not seeing too many home run plays from the Southerners thus far, but it hasn't mattered because they're getting a solid 3, 4, sometimes even 5, 6 yards, even a little bit more. And that's exactly what they want to do. They want to keep staying ahead of those sticks and continue to milk that clock. Already we're almost here at the end of the first quarter. A long drive for the Southerners, but it's been an effective one.
If you notice the left tackle, number 70, his name is Cademan Majors. He's 6'2" and weighs 300 pounds. He's doing a fine job on this drive. They're running behind him, and they do it again. Arkadelphia fighting back. It's near the goal line, and it's a touchdown for Southside. So Southside High School is fighting back after Arkadelphia jumped out to that 14-0 lead. They'll score a touchdown on a nice drive, and Arkadelphia will get the ball back in just a moment. Extra point attempt yet to come. Not a surprise to anyone that this is going to be a contest of two really strong offenses. The kicker for Southside, also a lineman, Skylar Tate. Here is Tate's kick. It's blocked. It's blocked. Really fine job. I mean, he was a little slow getting to the ball, but that's also good pursuit by Marvion Berry, who easily got the block.
And in the postseason, in close games like this one, where those extra points can end up being the difference in the result of a game, that could be huge for the Badgers. Now puts a little bit more pressure on the Southerners, probably feeling pretty good about themselves after getting on the board for the first time. But now next time down the field, if they want to tie it, in order to do that, first they're going to have to stop this electric Arkadelphia offense. Then they're going to have to march down the field once again themselves and pick up that 2-point conversion.
We'll take a break. We'll be back in. Arkadelphia will have the ball back when we come back after this.
Under perfect conditions, your car traveling at 65 miles per hour can stop in about 300 feet. That's the length of a football field.
But a fully loaded tractor trailer, one that weighs 80,000 pounds, will take 2 football fields to stop. And that's if the driver is rested, paying attention, and the truck and load is properly maintained.
If you're in an accident with a big truck, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
Get the experienced team that's going to be on your side, by your side.
Only 25 seconds remain in a very exciting first quarter. Arkadelphia got the first 2 touchdowns, but Southside just scored. So it's Arkadelphia 14, Southside 6, because the extra point was blocked. And the Badgers will have 25 seconds. Then we'll take another break for the quarter. The kick is going to be an onside affair, very high bounce, but recovered by Arkadelphia. Wonderful job going very high for that recovery was Lloyd.
And a nice athletic play there from the Badger senior. We've seen that a couple times on the other side of the field where Arkadelphia is trying to recover the onside kick while kicking the ball. This time they turned to Lloyd in order to retrieve it and keep it in the hands of the Badgers. But Lloyd that time doing an excellent job of getting up off the ground. A little bit of contention there on this close side to where we are right now, but Lloyd was able to resist the contact and bring down the football, securing it, and nice field position for the Badgers going out for their 3rd drive of the game, and they got to be feeling pretty confident right now.
Arkadelphia at its own 49, running play. This is Bailey on the run. He will sidestep a couple of defenders, fall forward for 5 yards, and that's a good run on first down. 12 seconds left. They might let it run out, or they might run another play. Let's see. They're acting like they'd like to run another play, but they might run out of time. 2 seconds, 1 second. That's it. We're going to go to the second quarter with Arkadelphia in the lead, 14-6. We'll be back with second quarter action after this.
Price & Company Insurance is the area's only trusted choice independent insurance agency. What is that, you might ask? An independent insurance agency works for you, the customer, and not the insurance companies. So the next time you're shopping for home, auto, business, life, or health insurance, we invite you to experience an unprecedented level of customer service and expertise. Call or click for a quote today.
What a successful first quarter that was for Arkadelphia, but Southside came back and they were able to pick up a touchdown late in the first quarter, so it's 14-6, Arkadelphia with the lead, and Arkadelphia has good field position. Second down, 5 yards to go at the 46-yard line of Southside. Second quarter sponsor is Turner, Rogers, Manning, and Plyler. And on second down, Whitten wants to pass. He'll fire it across the middle. That's complete to Bailey. Breaks the tackle at the 30. He's to the 20. He's to the 15. The 10 spins, falls just short of the end zone. Wonderful job by Braylon Bailey.
Well, Jeff, do you think that Braylon Bailey is not motivated in this game? Because he's running with a head full of steam right now. That time gets into the flats and is able to haul in a nice catch. And how about the run after catch as well? Finally being dragged down, but not before shaking off a ton of contact from the Southerners. And that sets up the Badgers now with first and a very close goal.
And a touchdown, Arkadelphia. That is Davis off tackle. Handoff from Whitten, who was under center. And Davis has his second touchdown. Arkadelphia has had 3 possessions, and the Badgers have 3 touchdowns.
That time, the Badgers doing what they did earlier in the game, lining up with Davis there in power formation. And just like last time, play works to perfection. Davis gets his blocks, and he's able to bulldoze his way in for the score. And just like that, Arkadelphia with another score here. They've extended their lead back out to 14, perhaps 15 here with a PAT from Spencer Allen.
Badgers are lined up ready for the kick. The officials are having a conversation, and they have called a penalty against Arkadelphia. Not going to make a lot of difference for Allen. He's a really fine kicker. They're going to set up to kick from 25 yards away instead of 20. Spencer Allen is set for the kick. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick is perfect. Arkadelphia 21, Southside 6. 11:35 left. We're in the second quarter tonight. We'll be back with more Badger football after this.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia.
Arkadelphia will come out and kick off momentarily. This was a good job by Southside to come back and get a touchdown to pull within 1 score of Arkadelphia, but then the Badgers came right back, Chase. 3 possessions and 3 touchdowns for Arkadelphia so far.
And that was no easy feat. They had been sitting on the sideline after a nearly 6-minute drive from Southside. Maybe some of that early momentum wearing off, but any fears that they were not going to continue with that momentum that they had from the first 2 drives was qualmed pretty quickly there.
15-point lead. Early second quarter, Arkadelphia sets up for the kickoff. Brock Curry is in, but it looks like Spencer Allen is set for this kick. And it's a line drive shot allowed to bounce, and it is fumbled, picked up at the 11, and returned from the 11. He will just not quite make it to the 20. Really nice kickoff. Cold night, hard to handle a bouncing football.
And that time, the Badgers special teams unit smelling blood in the water They saw the muffed kickoff right there, and they just swarmed right to the football returner, able to recover a little bit and get it forward for a few extra yards, but not much. Excellent job there on special teams by the Badgers.
Southside lines up. Now, they can throw the ball, but they love to run. Haas has had quite a season, the quarterback. He has been able to run for 1,400 yards and pass for another 800. Here's a running play and good yardage, good blocking again by the offensive tackle, and a small but quick running back in Case gets good yardage out near a first down. Seth Case, 5'8", 140. Only a sophomore, but he's got some speed and got a good gain. First down and 10. Southside at its own 29-yard line. Haas ran for 122 yards last week against Star City. He has not run very much so far tonight. They've done a lot of misdirection handoff and run behind their two offensive tackles. On first down, they're going to hand it off. Run to the far side and some yardage there, and they'll knock him out. Good jet sweep to the right side. I believe that's Jacob Dunn carrying the ball. Is he number 17 tonight instead of number 30? He is a major ball carrier for them, but number 17, who we don't have in the program, scored the touchdown moments ago. We'll see if we can pick up on that and see if he's just changed jerseys. Second down, 5 yards to go. Blade Warden is the wide receiver, but they're going to hand off and go to the far side again. This time, good work by Arkadelphia. Not much of a gain at all, up to the 35-yard line. They're going to need at least 4 more for a first down.
And we do have a penalty flag down.
Yeah. Thank you, Chase. Flag is down, 36-yard line. The official is standing in a spot that makes me think he would like to walk this off against Southside. Of course, we're on the visitor side, so we're not always seeing the white hat as he officially gives the signal to the press box on the home side, but it does look like it's going to go against Southside. And here's the walk-off. They'll put the ball at the 31-yard line. At the 31-yard line, it is second down and 8. Now the white hat is saying that he's not so sure the ball's in the right spot. And they're going to move the ball. Move it right back to the 30-yard line, and from there, it's going to be second down and 9 yards to go. We just got a good report that Caleb West is the young man who just scored the touchdown and is number 17 when you see him in the game at running back. Did a nice job on the touchdown run and a run previous to that near the end zone. So Caleb West we have added to our roster. Here is a double handoff, but it's covered well. Hit in the backfield and covered well. Wilson with the first hit, and then other Badgers got there. The double handoff didn't work this time.
Excellent read there from the Badgers defense. They weren't fooled there at all on that play, and they got off their blocks very quickly. Max Wilson, as you mentioned, Jeff, first man to get there. Got a little help from his friends, and he's able to take him down in the backfield, and now it's going to be a challenge here for the Southerners who like to use that run game to their advantage, but now on 3rd and long, perhaps going to have to pass it here.
3rd down, 13. Will they throw the ball? Arkadelphia acts like they want the linebackers to come after the quarterback. Haas is a good runner, does pass the ball. And now a timeout's been called, and Southside wants to talk about it. Too much confusion on a 3rd down play in which they need a first down because Arkadelphia scored on every possession it's had so far. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with this important 3rd down play after this.
As a family-owned sporting goods supplier since 1950, Southwest Sporting Goods understands the value of customer service and is committed to providing the best quality customer service and merchandise available. Southwest Sporting Goods is located in Arkadelphia, but also has salesmen that cover the entire state of Arkansas to help ensure that their customers will receive the best customer service and pricing that can be found. Southwest Sporting Goods, located in downtown Arkadelphia, supporting the Badgers since 1950.
Third down back here at Southside High School. Arkadelphia 21, Southside 6. 9:41 left before halftime. It's third down and between 12 and 13 yards to go for Southside. After that really fine defensive play by Wilson on the double handoff, he stopped it in the backfield, and then other Badgers came to help out on the tackle. A timeout has been called. Southside wanted to talk about what to do on a third down and very long. Haas can throw the ball, but he's a better runner. 1,400 yards rushing. Now Arkadelphia backs up as if to play pass defense, and Haas looks to the sideline one more time. Here's the snap. He's back to pass now. Quarterback draw, and he's going to get some yardage. Across the middle he goes. This is a good run by Haas. He's got a first down to the 45, to the 50. Big run by the quarterback. He'll be slammed down at the 30-yard line of Arkadelphia. What a fine job on a called quarterback draw.
Excellent play right there. The Southerners lining up several men there to the far side, and it looked like they were indeed going to pass. Haas there dropping back like he was going to throw the football, but like you said, Jeff, that time it was a design run play, and it worked to perfection as there was nobody left there on the left side, and Haas able to take it across midfield and finally knocked out of bounds, but not before a huge gain.
Find out now why he has 1,400 yards rushing. Got some speed. Nice move. After the run up the middle, he broke to the sideline and got good yardage. So on first down, a running play, and not much this time. Good hit by Arkadelphia. He'll bounce off and get a yard or two, but not much there. On the carry was Jacob Dunn.
And a heads-up play there by the defensive line. Marvion Berry was the first one to get to the ball carrier on that one, and then Ja'Shawn Davis with a hit of his own that led to the ball carrier falling down there after a couple yards. That was a good bounce-back play right there. On defense, it could be very easy to give up another huge play after the one they had just seen prior, but they adjusted very quickly and were able to make the stop.
The ball's at the Arkadelphia 28-yard line. It's second down and 8. Haas at quarterback rolls to his right. He wants to run. He's got a little bit of room. He cuts it upfield. He's got a nice run. He's going to make yardage up to the 23-yard line. They might give him the 22-yard line. 22, we'll say. Third down. They need about a yard and a half. Let's say 2. Third down and 2. Haas looks to the sideline to get the play. He kept this drive alive single-handedly moments ago. Let's see if he'll run again. Caleb West is in the game to the left of his quarterback, and Dunn is to the right. Dunn is the much bigger back. West has some moves. I'm going to hand it to West. He'll cut it inside, hit immediately, and didn't get much at all. I don't think he got it. It's fourth down.
KD Young fired up after that play, and he has good reason to. Bounced right off his off of his blocks to make the tackle, and he may have made it back to the line of scrimmage, may even have lost a yard or two on that play. They're going to give him no gain officially in the books, but now that brings up a key 4th and short here now for the Southerners, and the Badgers faithful here on this visitor side fired up right now.
4th down and 2. Haas, the quarterback, hands it once again to West. West is hitting. I don't think he got there. Let's look for the spot, but a big hit by the Arkadelphia defense. Several Badgers in on the play. Davis is in playing defense right now. He was part of that, and some great work by the freshman, Wimberly. Nykeeson Wimberly, a freshman, was in on that tackle.
You talk about Badger talent stepping up early in their career. How about Wimberly there? One of the first postseason games of his career, really getting his first taste at postseason action and even varsity action, really, as a 9th grader here tonight, and he's making a huge play, stepping up for the injured Solomon there, and making the play at the line of scrimmage, giving Arkadelphia's potent offense another opportunity right here.
Offense back on the field. They want to pass it. Into the flat it goes. Completed pass. Some yardage after the catch. Now down the sideline. Good run by Bailey. He's still alive at the 50, to the 40. Breaks the tackle at the 35, to the 30. Still going to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. That was Latonio Hughes. I called him Bailey. Excuse me for that. But a good catch by Latonio in the flat, and then he's got great speed, and he showed it.
And what a play right there from Hughes. We talk about his defensive prowess week after week, but we also don't talk about how huge of a component he is in the offensive scheme. Right here was just a simple screen pass to him, but he breaks into the open field. Did have a few tacklers to try to take him down, but he was able to shake off the contact and take it all the way to the end zone. What
extra
a play.
Point attempt coming. You are right, what a play. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. Arkadelphia 28, Southside 6. 6:49 left in the second quarter. I want to keep it right here for a moment because you said it, Chase. We have seen Hughes play some great defense this year. We've seen him overcome some injuries, but on that play, he showed he's fully healthy and offensively made a huge, huge difference. We have seen Bailey make big plays, and I call Bailey's name first, maybe out of habit because Bailey's had a big half, but that was Latonio Hughes asserting himself, the junior, with a wonderful acrobatic run for a touchdown.
And you talk about that, dealing with the injuries and everything. You know, his playing time has been limited on the offensive side of the ball for the past few weeks. We didn't know how many offensive snaps he was going to get coming into this week, but right there he gets the ball. Excellent touch right there on the screen pass and showing that he's so dangerous when he gets out into the flats. It was a foot race and one that he was winning all the way.
78 yards. 4 passes for 178 yards. That's what we're getting, the note we're getting now from Jim Rothwell. Thank you very much. 4 passes for 178 yards for Whitten. Arkadelphia scored 28.5. Well, I'm glad that was the near sideline, so we got a nice view of it also. What tremendous speed. He just outran everybody. The play looked like Southside should have been able to stop it with about an 8 or 10 yard gain, and they just couldn't catch him. Great work by Hughes. Line drive kick, allowed to bounce again. Caught this time and a return from the 16. He's up to the 20, and this is a return by Case up to the 25. They might give him the 26, and Southside has the ball back. Well, Southside has a good offense. They're not really designed to score quickly necessarily, and they've got a major obstacle now down by 22.
That's right, Jeff, and really this is an offense that's designed to get up early and then use that offense as clock management for the rest of the game, but right now the Southerners have dug themselves into an early hole here at home. It's going to be difficult for them to try and bounce back. They're going to have to score pretty quickly here and then come up with some huge stops on defense as well, and right now, let me tell you, that Arkadelphia offense is humming. We heard a minute ago, Donovan Whitten, just 4 passes, and he's already nearing the 200-yard mark on the night, something you're not going to see every Friday.
Case comes in motion now on the far sideline. He's got some nice yardage, pushed out of bounds, but he might have a first down on the far sideline. Case is fast and was able to get outside and make some yardage. Stopped the clock when he went out of bounds. I tell you what, Arkadelphia's had the ball 4 times and scored 4 touchdowns. The last time, a 1-play drive.
And that's what makes the Badgers so dangerous, especially in the postseason. They're not only able to get the football, but they're able to score with it very quickly. We saw that 1-play drive just a minute ago, and we've seen a couple short drives for the Badgers already, taking what the defense gives them and making the most of their opportunities. Very efficient offensive performance thus far.
Running play right at Arkadelphia, but not much there. A yard or 2, and it's second down and long coming. And they're going to eat up some more clock in the process. Southside has 2 timeouts left. And in the second quarter, they have 6:22 left, clock running. And they're going to spot the ball at the 42-yard line. A little bit better gain than I had expected, and the crowd reacted in a negative sense to that. But the ball's at the 42, second down. And they're going to need 7 for a first down. On second down at 7, Arkadelphia lines up. Bottom of your screen there is Ollie Ware, number 12. guarding the wide out to the near side. Here is a running play, and it's going to lose yardage. Good work. He fights his way back near the line of scrimmage, but Arkadelphia hit him in the backfield. Really good penetration coming now from the Badgers.
And Max Wilson that time almost bringing the ball carrier down in the backfield. He won't get credited with the tackle for loss, but he slowed down the runner just enough to allow his teammates to come up with the stop.
3rd down, 7 yards to go. Haas, the quarterback, has been the biggest threat so far. They look to the sideline. They're not in a hurry. Clock continues to run. We're narrowing down close to 5 minutes left. He wants to pass. He'll throw a short screen pass. It's almost intercepted. Almost intercepted on the far side by none other than Ja'Shawn Davis.
It's still a heads-up play there to get his hand up in the air and force a deflection, but we know that Davis has good hands. That one, unfortunately, just out of his reach as he was coming off of his block, but still a great stop there for the Badgers defense. And now they're past their own 40-yard line. An interesting call here now for the Southerners. Will they go for it? Down by 3 scores in the second quarter.
Well, look at K.D. Young just pacing the line of scrimmage, ready for this play. Now timeout been called. Southside wants to talk about it one more time. They have a very important 4th down coming. 5:06 left. We're in the second quarter. Arkadelphia 28, Southside 6. We'll be back after this.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Southside talking about it on the far side. This is a high-risk, high-reward kind of play for Southside. If they go for it on 4th and 8, they've got a chance to go down and cut into this Arkadelphia lead. But if they don't make it, Arkadelphia's got a short field and a chance for a huge lead. Not quite to mercy rule yet, but actually it's within sight right now.
It is, and right now it looks like the offense is going to stay out on the field. So, as you mentioned, Jeff, high-risk, high-reward situation. We'll see if the Southerners can convert here. This is not going to be an easy 4th down to convert with 7 yards to go.
And they look like they want to rush the passer. Let's see if they can get their hands on Mr. Haas before he heads downfield. He wants to pass. He's looking downfield. He throws it. It's intercepted. It doesn't matter who's going to win the struggle for the football because Arkadelphia will take over on downs. I think Arkadelphia will be awarded the ball on an interception. Ollie Ware with the pick. The receiver tried to take it away, but it wouldn't matter because it was well short of the 1st down. So Arkadelphia has a short field and a 22-point lead. Badgers looking great on the road way up here in Batesville Southside.
Huge play there from Ware on defense. He saw his man there in the flats and is able to step up in coverage, and he does come up. It looks like with the interception, we never got an official call. Either way, it's still going to be excellent field position for the Badgers.
Tight formation for Arkadelphia with Davis at running back. They're going to give it to Bailey. Davis blocks for him. Bailey's got some yardage. He's got 6, 8, 10, 12. Still running to the 25, to the 20, to the 19-yard line. Beautiful run by Braylon Bailey.
They might be picking up some Southside ankles from the turf after this one. How about that run from Bailey? Leaving a few men in the dust, juking out the players to a nice Welch Funeral Home 1st down.
Oh, a high snap. The ball gets away. Whitten trying to pick it up. He's being tackled, and I think Southside is going to fall on it. Fight for the football, though, and who got it? Arkadelphia came up with it unbelievably because Southside had an open field and 2 players near the ball, but give it up to Whitten, who fought for the ball and got it.
And that's
high
why
snap, ball got away, but Whitten got on it anyway.
That's why you play to the whistle. Whitten never giving up on that play. He was even brought down by a Southside defender, but he kept running for that football and was able to recover it.
Whitten wants to pass. He's under pressure. He escapes the linebacker, rolling to his right. He'll throw a short pass complete to Davis, who slips down. He gets a lot of that yardage back they lost on the previous down. But Arkadelphia will have 3rd down and long coming. Davis caught the ball but couldn't keep his feet as Whitten was under pressure and just flicked it out to him for another completion. He's 5 for 5. Very close now to 200 yards passing in the first half. Loy is the receiver at the bottom of your screen to the short side of the field. They'll throw a short pass. This is Bailey. Bailey is hit and will only have a short gain. So 4th down, and they'll need at least about 9 or 10. What will Arkadelphia choose to do on a 4th down? You're in field goal position, but you might want to go for it because you've had so many long plays offensively. You need another one here on 4th and 11. Davis is the running back next to his quarterback, Whitten. 2 receivers to each side of the field. Whitten wants to pass. Under pressure, he'll run. He'll make some yardage. He is going to be hit and driven down short of the 10, so I think he might be a little bit short. I think it's going to go back to Southside as they tackled him about 2 yards short of a first down. Nice job of pursuit to be able to catch Whitten and bring him down with a shoestring tackle. 2:53 left before halftime. Arkadelphia leads at 28-6. Southside has the ball back, but now they've got a long way to go. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line.
And with just under 3 minutes to go here in the first half, 88 yards to go for the Southerners. We know that this is not a time-friendly offense, especially if you're trying to get back in the football game. But we'll see if the Southerners can move it here down the field and try to get into scoring position before this second quarter comes to a close.
Their longest gain tonight was on a quarterback keeper by Haas. Now they're going to run the ball and make about 3. About 3. And now a flag down at the end of the play. Clock stopped at 2:43 left before halftime. Haas has tried a few passes tonight, but hasn't looked strong on those attempts, including the last one, which was an interception. And they're going to mark this off against Arkadelphia, 5-yard penalty. It's going to be first down over again, but first down and only about 5, maybe 4 needed. 1st and 4, ball at the 18-yard line. From the 18, Haas wants to run. He'll tuck it and run to the far side, and he'll make some yardage. He's a good runner, and his yardage will go up to the 25. Should be enough for a first down. It is enough for a first down. Carter Babb will check in to play some defense. 2:29 left as they move the chains. Southside working hard to try to pick up some points before halftime. Arkadelphia leads it by 22. Just turned it over on downs at the 12-yard line of Southside. The first time tonight Arkadelphia had a possession and did not score a touchdown. Haas wants to run again. To the far side he goes, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds with not much of any gain at all. Will at least stop the clock with 2:07 left. Babb checks out. Ollie Ware back in. Spot the ball at the 24. He lost a yard. 2nd and 11. Haas has run the kind of quarterback sweep a few times, but it was the quarterback draw in which he was able to really gain significant yardage. Now they're going to run a double handoff, but Arkadelphia is waiting for it, and he's going to get 1 yard. Well, what worked for Star City is not working for Southside. Arkadelphia prepared for that double handoff.
And that time, Jay-Sean Davis, we've called his name on offense already a few times, but how about on defense here with the nice stop, able to get around his blocks and bring down the ball carrier after a very short game. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage, and now it looks like the Badgers are going to call timeout here. They want the football back.
By the way, Chase, I'm fully aware it was Clinton that Arkadelphia beat last week and not Star City. I think I may have been hoping there for a while that this game would be in Arkadelphia against Star City. That didn't work out, but so far things are going well at Southside.
Yes, and for Southside, you talk about that game against Star City. This offense worked very well for them in that game. In fact, when we were driving up, they still had that final score from last week. Surely a motivation to the Southerner players as they were showing up for tonight's contest. They won 28-24 in a tight one a week ago, and Right now, the Southerners find themselves down 28-6 here with exactly 2 minutes, it looks like, left on the clock.
Well, it's 3rd down and 10 for Southside, and Arkadelphia would dearly love to hold them here and get the ball back. Arkadelphia is thinking not just defense here, but another chance to score before halftime. Haas at quarterback will run to his right. He's got a little bit of room out there. He's going to throw the ball, and it is caught or dropped. Ooh, did he hold on to that ball? I don't think so. That's incomplete. Incomplete at the 35-yard line. He threw it the last moment before he got to the line of scrimmage, but his receiver was still bobbling the ball as he stepped out of bounds. So it's 4th down and 10. Wimberly checks out. Checking in is Alex Loy. Loy will return this punt. No choice now on 4th and 10. They're going to have to give the ball up. The incompletion, though, stopped the clock at 1:55. That's a gift for Arkadelphia. Badgers have a real chance here before halftime. Oh, a bad snap. It gets past the punter. Arkadelphia's after him. They're going to tackle him. He fumbles. The ball is loose in the end zone, and it's going to be a safety. They kick it out of the back of the end zone. They give up 2 points. Well, the official needs to signal it. It surely is a safety. Now a flag goes down. What in the world? Did they had a player kick the ball, so that's apparently what the flag is. And now we get the signal for the safety. Well, it took a while. Now we get the signal for the safety. So Arkadelphia will get 2 points and the football.
That's right, and then you add the penalty on top of that, too. A huge error there for the Southerners, turning a bad play into a worse one there, is now on the punt. Arkadelphia with a chance for even better field position following the special teams play here. We'll see in a few moments.
You know, he could have fallen on the ball for the safety, but he just kicked it because he didn't want to take a chance, and it went out of bounds, but there's a flag. Oh, I see. Now we get an eagle-eye view tells us that, in fact, after the play, a Southside player, out of frustration, just picked up the ball and kicked it. So it wasn't the kick out of the end zone that was the penalty. It was the kick after that. So it's a dead ball foul, and they'll mark that off on the kickoff, I would assume, half the distance to the goal. Let's see if that's going to be the case. They've had a long conversation about it. Arkadelphia, regardless, is going to get great field position, and the Badgers are going to have 1:47 left. There was a low snap. It bounced past the punter who tried to pick it up, and then when he tried to pick it up again, he was hit by a Badger, fumbled it at the 1, ball rolled into the end zone. Looked like it'd be an Arkadelphia touchdown, but it was kicked out of the end zone, so Arkadelphia has a chance for 9 instead of 2 if they can score. Arkadelphia is going to bring their kick return team way up the field now because the ball's spotted at the 10. They've got to kick it from the 10 instead of the 20 after the penalty. Again, a dead ball foul because after the play, a Southside player, out of just frustration, picked up the ball and kicked it. Flag went down.
And it hasn't been easy going for the Southerners in this contest, but that time, just a loss of composure at the end of the play, and it could cost Southside dearly here, as you're going to see the free kick from well inside the Southerners' territory.
All right, he's at the 10. I don't think they're going to try an onside kick from here. He is going to kick it off a tee, though. That's interesting. Usually you see a punt in this situation. He's going to kick it off a tee. Wonder if the punter's okay after being tackled on that play. And they're going to kick it off a tee from the 10-yard line. You can't onside kick, but you can dribble it down the field, and that might be what the strategy will be. Here comes the kick. It's short, and it's fieldable, and a fair catch called for. And now they ran into him. Let's hope he's okay. That's Loy who came up with the ball. No, it's Trip Campbell that came up with the ball. Good play by Campbell, and he's okay, I guess, running off the field. Arkadelphia's going to have wonderful field position, 30-yard line of Southside. The Badgers have 1 minute and 45 seconds left before halftime. The Badgers lead it 30-6 and can actually, if they decided to pass here. They could very quickly get on the board, but they've got plenty of time to even run the ball. Lots of time left for the Badgers, who have 2 timeouts left. And they're going to pitch it to Bailey. He gets past defenders, breaks the tackle. Bailey down the sideline to the 10 and knocked out of bounds, but a big play by Braylon Bailey once again.
And how about the footwork we've seen from Bailey in traffic all night long? A fantastic run there from the senior. He was able to get a little bit of space and create a bit of space for himself too there with the nice footwork, and was able to extend the play. Finally pushed out of bounds. It didn't look like anybody was going to actually tackle him on that play. But nonetheless, a Welch Funeral Home first down for the Badgers, and it is 1st and goal.
At the 6-yard line, Whitten wants to keep it. He'll throw the ball. It's complete. It's a touchdown, Arkadelphia. And that, folks, is Bailey. Touchdown, Badgers.
Excellent play there. Quarterback just rolling out of the pocket, had Bailey in the flats. And Bailey just walking it in there into the end zone. What a night it's been for the senior here on the road. And Arkadelphia, who would have thought this, with a 30-point advantage in the second quarter. On the road.
Yeah, I love being on the visitor side for the benefit of hearing the crowd. Now you hear the band, cheerleaders, kick up, and the kick is good. Of course it's good. It's Spencer Allen. Arkadelphia 37, Southside 6, 1:31 left in the first half. We'll be back after this.
Get real attention on your auto insurance. Get real auto, home, and life insurance. Get Farm Bureau Insurance.
Call Clark County Farm Bureau today at 870-246-4554.
A lot of Farm Bureau touchdowns tonight here at Southside, all but one for Arkadelphia. The score is Arkadelphia 37 and Southside 6. The Badgers have 37 because they have a safety to go with all those touchdowns. Chase, it's been a wonderful half for Arkadelphia and a nightmare for Southside.
That's right, and for Southside right now, the tension may be boiling over a little bit. We've seen quite a few frustrated Southerners after those last few plays, but on the flip side of that, for Arkadelphia, it's been a dream scenario here on the road. Just about everything going right thus far. Defense playing excellent football. Offense moving it efficiently down the field and picking up the scores. And then even special teams forcing the safety a few moments ago. It's just been an all-around great night for the Badgers. And they'll look to build on it now as we resume action.
Spencer Allen's kick is a line drive shot, allowed to bounce. It's returnable from the 11-yard line. Up the middle it goes. This is a fast return man, Seth Case. He's up to the 45, to the 50. Spencer Allen himself knocks him out of bounds. And it's 1st down and 10 for Southside, and they've got good field position here with 1:23 left before halftime.
And we've seen some good play from Seth Case here tonight. One of the bright spots for their Southerners. He's been running with a head full of steam on just about every play he's been out on the field. He's had some good runs on the offensive side of the ball. And then right there, a huge return that sets Southside up with good field position. Just over a minute left to play here in the second half, so we'll see what Southside comes up with here in the closing moments of the second quarter.
Ball at the 42-yard line, 1st down and 10 for Haas, the quarterback, and Southside. He wants to pass. Now he might run to the far side. He's going to throw the ball, and it's incomplete, almost intercepted. Beautiful defense on the far side, almost intercepted and incomplete.
That was Latonio Hughes there with the deflection for the Badgers. Almost came up with the interception, but a little bit of a collision there. Popped the ball free, but still excellent coverage there from the junior. He's having quite the night here tonight in Southside.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. 1:16 left before half. Arkadelphia leads it by 31. Haas showed some zip on the ball that time, but Arkadelphia just defended it well with Hughes. Here's a running play. This is Case again, going to the far outside. He's got a little bit of room. He stops and should not have because Ja'Shawn Davis throws him to the turf.
And that time a little bit of hesitation from Case, trying to make a move around Davis, and that gave Davis enough time to adjust and make the tackle. And now it's going to be 3rd and long for the Southerners. And we'll see what they go with here with less than a minute to go. A stop on 4th down would give Arkadelphia another chance here with limited clock left in this half.
So do you pass on 3rd down and 7 if you are Mr. Haas, the quarterback? And the shotgun, he's calling out the snap. 3rd down and 7. Sends a man in motion, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, and wants to throw the ball. He does, and the ball is batted down and incomplete. Well defended this time by Bailey. Bailey. And that's going to stop the clock with 32 seconds left. Now it's 4th down.
And this deep into enemy territory, this is 4 down territory. You'd have to think with the deficit we see on the scoreboard right now that the Southerners would go for it here. But if they fail to convert now, could prove disastrous, as that gives Arkadelphia another shot with the football.
Arkadelphia playing really fine pass defense. Haas wants to pass. He's in trouble. He's going to be sacked on 4th down. He's sacked back at the 48-yard line of Southside. Arkadelphia takes over with great field position and only 28 seconds left before the half. Oh, they're going to call a personal foul against Arkadelphia. Wow. Horse collar, part of the tackle. He got to the quarterback, but apparently grabbed the wrong part of his jersey. Got a little bit of the collar as well, and they're going to call it against Arkadelphia. So the Arkadelphia chance to get the ball and score again before halftime may have just ended. But the sack was all the way back to the 40. Now they're marking it from the 46-yard line. The officials are still having a conversation. I will say this, if they're able to keep the possession here, the defenses look so strong that Southside might want to just run out the clock and wait for the second half kickoff. Southside will get the ball first in the second half. They need to regroup at halftime. Arkadelphia needs to keep the momentum. They've had it for the entire first half. They'll mark it off. Major penalty against the Badgers, marked off from the spot of the tackle. So they'll mark it off to the 39-yard line. And they have not signaled first down for Southside yet.
With it being at the end of the play, they may say it's still 4th down.
I think that is the case. It is 4th down. They'll get 4th down again. Interesting play for the officials. They have had a conversation with the coaches, and I think we're ready for action. 28 seconds left. It's still 4th down. Arkadelphia might get the ball back again. Rolling to his right is the quarterback under pressure. He throws back to the left, and it's caught. Big catch and a big gain. Tackle made at the 14-yard line with 20 seconds left. Really good move for the catch as the ball was kind of hanging in the air, but Alex Cooper at 6'2" was able to get to it and make the catch. Now very quickly, Southside to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to spike it. And that'll stop the clock with 17 seconds left. Clock stopped with 17 seconds left, so Mr. Haas is going to have a chance to try to get it to the end zone in the last 17 seconds. Going to be 2nd down after the spike. Scoreboard still shows 4th and 7, but it is 2nd down and 10. Second down and 10. Ball just inside the 15. Haas rolling to his right, looking deep. He'll throw it short and throw it incomplete. Just really, I think, threw that one away. He had a receiver over there who was not really close to being able to make a reception. It was intended perhaps for Jacob Dunn, but I think he really threw that one away with 12 seconds left. 3rd down.
And it did look like he was trying to aim to that outside receiver right there. If not, really wasn't an open opportunity right there, so it may have been a throwaway. Hard to tell from this angle, but still a smart play call there from Haas, able to stop the clock there, and now the Southerners will have another opportunity here. It's 3rd down.
West is the running back, but Haas, he's going to do a double handoff and now a pass. They'll throw it deep, and it is that incomplete? No, he caught it. goodness, they called that a catch. They called that a catch. Well, reverse pass. 4 seconds remain. Not a touchdown, but they'll advance the ball. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot it inside the 5, the 4-yard line, but there are 4 seconds left. And there is a timeout on the field. We're going to keep it right here, though. This is just a wild, wild first half. Wild first half. Okay, our camera angle is not going to allow us to show you exactly where the ball is. Now we're going to try and get it to you. All right, here we go. They've spotted the ball at the 4. Ball is just inside the 5. We'll call it the 4-yard line. 4 seconds remain. Doesn't really matter what down it is. They've only got 4 seconds. After a discussion, Southside will try to get some momentum here before halftime. With an unlikely touchdown after being sacked on 4th down, Arkadelphia was called with a horse collar tackle on the sack. They got 4th down over again and converted it on a reverse pass. Now from the 4 with 4 seconds left, here's Haas. Low snap, he's got it, he's running, he's got some space out there, and he'll throw the ball and score. Touchdown. Got it to his receiver. The cornerback had to come up and try to make the tackle, so he threw the ball to Blaine Warden, who caught it in the corner of the end zone. Really well-designed play. The quarterback got out there in a hurry. He had some space, and the cornerback had to run toward him to keep it from being a run for a touchdown, and that allowed him to throw the ball to the end zone and get the score. So a dramatic touchdown for Southside to try to pull back to in contention. Arkadelphia 37, 12 for Southside, and they're going to go for 2. They had an extra point blocked on their first touchdown of the night. On the 2-point conversion, he'll roll out to his right and pass again. Looks to the end zone. He'll fire the ball into the end zone. Back of the end zone, it's good. Basically the same play, and they got the 2-point conversion. So it is Arkadelphia 37, Southside 14, and we have reached halftime. So Arkadelphia didn't quite put it together in the last minute, but my goodness, what a half for the Badgers at 37-14. Arkadelphia is still in command.
That's right, and Southside had to fight with everything they had to get that last score here to head into the locker rooms, and still a pretty sizable deficit going into the locker rooms. The Badgers had a phenomenal first half. And as you can see, still a little bit of commotion here on the visitors' side. Not necessarily agreeing with some of those late half calls, but nonetheless, Arkadelphia in the driver's seat heading into the final 2 quarters of the second round game.
Badgers playing very, very well here in the playoffs. Long drive and a great first half. We'll be back with the halftime show in this Arkadelphia game where the Badgers lead 37-14 against Southside at halftime. We'll be back after this.
For over 75 years, Mary and Martha's Florist and Gifts on Main Street in Arkadelphia has served the people of Arkadelphia and her surrounding communities, providing a wide variety of floral and gift needs. Do you have a special occasion that calls for just the right touch of creativity? Join the many who call David Goodman at Mary and Martha's to create a floral arrangement to fit their needs and budget. Call Mary and Martha's at 870-246-2446 or visit their location at 921 Main Street in Arkadelphia. Mary and Martha's Florist is a proud supporter of the Arkadelphia Badgers.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Austin Wingfield in Arkadelphia today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Locally owned and operated, Java Primo is the official coffee house of ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. In addition to coffee, drinks, and desserts, we also have wonderful options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Shop our gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com. or visit us on Main Street in historic downtown Arkadelphia. Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more says, Go Badgers!
Roadrunner is fueling good 1 gallon at a time, including for our very own Arkadelphia Badgers. When you fill up at Roadrunner's designated spirit pump on Pine Street at I-30, 3 cents of every gallon will go straight back to our school. This fall, Roadrunner is giving us the option to fill our tanks and our cups with a free fountain drink when we show our spirit pump receipt. In just 2 years, Roadrunner has donated more than $75,000 to local schools through this community-based initiative. We can't drop the ball now. This football season, let's head to Roadrunner to support our Badgers. Follow Roadrunner Stores on Facebook or visit roadrunnerstores.com for more information.
Welcome to the Southern Bancorp halftime show. At halftime, your score is Arkadelphia 37, Southside Southerners 14. Southside had a long drive aided by a horse collar penalty on a 4th down that would have given Arkadelphia the ball inside Southside territory. Instead, it was a horse collar penalty that got a 4th and 8, and the Southside was able to convert. They got a misdirection, a pass to the backside, and they had the student body right and threw to the left, set up a touchdown, and that's where we stand now after the 2-point conversion, 37-14. It is halftime, and Chris Babb here. Jim Roth will be on with some first-half statistics. We gave you a few of those, but before we do that, we'll bring on Aaron Seal, the Director of Bands for Arkadelphia Public School District, and Aaron, most of the time during this time on road games, you're preparing for a show, but the marching season has come to an end. Another successful marching season for your program. The last time we talked was at Boxside, the Friday night that we'll never forget, the Friday night before the state marching championships on Monday, and your band won the 6th straight 4A state marching championship. I know that you were proud of their effort and what was a phenomenal show, but a great performance that Monday night as well.
Well, yeah, it was a great show, great performance, and I do remember that Boxside game. I tell you what, though, this last play here, that sack, that horse collar, that's not a rule I'm familiar with. I know, believe it or not, a lot of rules about football. And back on the playground, we used to play football. We'd horse collar all the time.
That's right.
We never had any trouble with that at the playground, but apparently that was a callback, and I hate that for the Badgers because that was really just a lot of momentum that we had going in that second quarter that was really working our way, that right there at the very end just kind of fell apart for us. Yeah. But our marching show is over for us this year, and we've had a very successful season. Happy to be here in Batesville cheering on the Badgers for to continue their successful season, and I think things are going great for them tonight. They really look good. I'm telling you, they look like they can play ball.
That was a fun first half. We've got the image from your show, the view from above up on the screen, the Arkadelphia Badger Pride Marching Band show. It was a fun show, but it was also a very good show that also it entertained and scored well, obviously. Talk about how that show came about, and I got to know how you came up with the ending of Lenny Kravitz, because I tell you what, I obviously seen him at the football games and then seen him at some of the competitions and the state championships. People, when Campbell hits that note on the beginning of Lenny Kravitz, there are people standing up, standing up and cheering. It was a fun show, but also entertaining, but also it scored well. How'd you come up with that show? We know how you came up with the theme.
Sure, the theme. I think actually the Lenny Kravitz. I think Jim Lloyd is the one that put the Lenny Kravitz bug in my ear. And I hate that he's not here in Batesville tonight with us.
Yeah, I bet.
Because about 4 years ago, he was here with us,
He was here, 2017.
And I think he's the one that put the bug in my ear on that one. And we did the Lenny Kravitz on it. And it's just, man, I mean, Lenny Kravitz it's just a great song, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows that tune. Yeah. And it's Carson Lewis hits that guitar, and when he hits that out, it is really a great moment for the band. And also, like you said, it's one of those audience appealing moments.
Right.
Because we all know that song. We all know that.
Right.
And when you hear it, you hear the band sound. And a band sounds like a band. You know, it doesn't really sound like a rock band necessarily. You kind of get used to a band sound. And then when that guitar comes in, now all of a sudden it sounds like a rock band.
Right.
And that's just a momentum shift for our band program right there. Yeah. It's really good.
A lot of fun. Talk about your numbers. 141, I believe.
141. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's just that's a testament. I mean, all of Arkadelphia's extracurricular programs have good numbers. It's important here, and it's one of those examples is your band program.
It is important, and I tell you what I really love about it. As you look down there at the cheer team on the sideline, the dance team on the sideline, and the football players in the field, there are so many people in those groups also that are also in band.
Right.
It's one of those things we have. If you have a talented kid, that's great in volleyball, that's great in softball, that's great in soccer, that's great in band. I love that our community gets to have that student represent our school and community in all the activities. And that's something that has changed probably in the last 20 years or so. It used to not be like that 20 years ago. That has changed. And not only does that student benefit, that kid benefit from being in all those programs, but our school benefits from that kid being in all those programs. And our community does too. It's great. 141 is our total number in band right now, in the high school band. So it looks like we were kind of COVID-proof because our numbers didn't change. That's actually a little bit deceptive because our numbers should have been this year about 160, 162.
Right.
So we did take a hit. It just didn't show up because we should have had an increase this year. But it'll show up next year a little bit. We'll be down a little bit because we got some of that COVID group that had that virtual school, and some of those kids didn't come back after virtual school to band. So we got a few numbers in the lower grades that you're going to see filter up into the band program in the next 2-3 years.
Right, the band's not one of the not alone in that being affected by the last 2 years. Let's talk about what's next. Marching season is over, and ask what are you doing now? We're working on the concert music. So what's next for the band concert? Concert.
We got a Christmas concert we're working on, but in addition to that, on December 2nd, of course, we got the Christmas parade. We got some of that stuff going on. We also have senior high all-region jazz band tryouts coming up on December the 4th at the same time that the junior high all-region band tryouts are going on that same date. So we got kids working on that. That's more of an individual kind of achievement that they're working on. Those students will go and audition for it's kind of like an all-conference team, basically, in athletic events, all-conference. It's an all-region band event. And there'll be, we'll have a handful of students from our school make it. There'll be a few from Nashville that make it, a few from Hot Springs High. And it's not conference-based. It's Southwest Arkansas-based. So our kids are going against Malvern, Lakeside, Lake Hamilton, Hope, Nashville, DeQueen, Falcon, the whole southwest corner of the state. And we'll have, we usually have 20, 30 kids that make that program. It's pretty nice.
And then after Christmas break, you'll begin working on spring concerts, and then at some point you'll start working on next year's show. But you got to top, right? No pressure, right?
I don't know how you top this one, to be honest with you. Every year we say that, but we tend to always still come out okay. But this has been a really good one that worked out great. I tell you what, Whitney Smith is she's the creative brains behind a lot of it. She knows how to like that when the plane came out. The airplane when it came out. It's one of those things that the first time you saw it, no one saw that coming.
No,
and that's by design. It was hidden from the get-go, and that runway came out, and you didn't really see the runway till the last second because it was kind of covered by some people in the front. Again, one of her designs.
Right.
And when those tubas moved out of the way and that runway comes out, about the time your mind realizes it's a runway, the next thing you know, boom, an airplane takes off, and it just comes out of nowhere. So she's really creative on that, and I really appreciate all the work she does on it. So it's time for us to really start kind of working on a new concept for next year.
Yeah.
Used to, you could put these things together in a couple of months and throw one together, and now they've become so elaborate over the last 5, 6, 8 years that it takes a lot of planning and a lot of thought and a lot of creativity in these things.
Well, Aaron, the thought, planning, and creativity was on point this year, and congratulations on a great show.
Thank you very much.
I know the students had fun practicing and performing it. The audience had fun listening, and the opposing bands enjoyed watching it too. I enjoyed watching their reactions when they would stand on the sideline and watch that as well. And it's a testament, and that's proof that it was a fun and it was a good show.
It was fun. I'll tell you, one of the neat moments we had was at that Championship of the Rock contest we had. As we were leaving the warm-up area to head to the stadium, and we were next to last. We were third from the end to go perform. And as we passed by the Lake Hamilton band, that whole band started cheering for us, saying, "Go get them, Arkadelphia! Go get them!" And it was just a really neat moment for our kids to see. Lake Hamilton has an amazing band. It's a great band program. But it was really nice for our kids to see that other bands of great quality also recognize the work that they're doing and support that. And it was really a neat moment for our kiddos for that.
Well, congratulations on a great marching season. Enjoy keeping the crowd pumped up during the second half.
Yeah,
hopefully Badgers can come on, finish this one off and get a victory and head on to next week. Aaron Seal, thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll be back with more of the Southern Bancorp halftime show. Jim Roth will come on with some first half statistics when we return. Your halftime score, Arkadelphia 37, Southside 14. We'll be back after this timeout.
The Board of Directors of South Central Arkansas Electric Cooperative believes in the necessity of high-speed internet access in rural South Central Arkansas. South Central Connect was created to fill a need other internet providers are not able to provide to our area. South Central Connect, through our local cooperative, brings the necessity of internet service to your house, much like they did electricity in the 1930s. Sign up today at southcentralconnect.com or call 855-269-3429.
And we welcome you back now to the Southern Bancorp halftime show. We are live here at Southern Stadium now. This is Chase Hartzell here in the booth, and with me now is our own stats expert, Dr. Jim Rothwell. Dr. Rothwell, thanks for joining us.
All right, good to be here, Chase. Pretty active first half there. I was over there wondering if I could keep up. For Arkadelphia, it's big plays again. Last week, I figured up at the end that they ran 39 plays and scored. But DC scored 1 touchdown, so they scored 49 points with 39 plays. Clinton ran 93 plays, and Arkadelphia still won by 30 points. That's the type of offense Arkadelphia has. And we see the same thing tonight. They've run 21 plays, have 310 yards, and 35 points on that. So big night for Whitten. You do a quarterback rating, this would almost be perfect. He's 7 out of 7 for 206 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. I don't know how they rate it, but you can't do much better than that. Plus, he has 33 yards rushing. Davis has another big night. He hasn't rushed for a lot, 26 yards, but he's had a couple of big receptions for 24 yards, so he has a total of 50 yards. Again, he's had several short yardage runs for TDs, 2 TDs. Bailey's had a big night. He's rushed for 68 yards and has receptions for 95, I believe. So he's over 100 yards total offense. So the big three for Arkadelphia, Whitten, Bailey, and Davis as well. And then Latonio Hughes had a big play as well. He had a reception for a big TD for 78 yards. So big plays for Arkadelphia. Defensively, they've done a pretty good job of holding Southside down. Southside's, until the last drive, they had not completed a pass, and they ended up 2 out of 8 for the 1 TD and then 1 interception, but they only had 34 yards there, Haas did for Southside passing. Rushing, which is their thing, they had 165 yards. Haas has 67. The other, West, has 21. Those are the sort of the big players for Southside. Again, other than that last drive, and some of that was aided by some help, we'll put it that way. They've done a great job defensively. They've shut down pretty much the running game. A couple of big plays. Haas had one on a scramble for 46 yards. That's really about the only. They've had two other runs over 10 yards. So other than that one run of 46 yards, most everything has been 10 yards or less. And a lot of it, they've had a lot of 0 yardage plays. I'm looking at my stats here. There's 1, 2, 3, 5 0 yardage plays in that first half. So typical Arkadelphia first half. Explosive, put points on the board quick, and get ahead. And now you've got Southside really not doing what they're comfortable doing, trying to throw the ball and catch up. If Arkadelphia comes back and get the ball back quickly and put up some points on the board, hold them from cutting into this lead on this first drive when Southside gets the ball back, I think we can probably take this one and head home pretty soon. Then we'll see. It would have been nice to have gotten that 35-point lead, and we were very close in that first half to getting that.
That's right, and just an excellent all-around first half for the Badgers. And, Jim, looking at the stats that we've seen on both sides, do you think that we're going to see more of the same here in the second half? And then for Southside, not much going your way thus far. We're going to see more of a different game plan heading into those final 2 quarters.
Well, if they come out and score quickly with their typical offense, I think they'll stay with it because they feel like they'll be close enough. If Arkadelphia stops them on that first drive and gets the ball back, and particularly if they score, it changes everything for Southside. They can't keep running the ball and doing a 10, 12-yard drive, picking up 4, 5, 6 yards a time. They're going to have to score quicker than that. And so I think this first series is going to be really critical of the direction for the game. Not to say that it completely flips it around, but I think if Southside comes back and scores in particular, they'll think they're in the ball game.
That's right, and we've talked about the numeral factors in this game, but also there's been those those intangibles such as this road crowd that we have here tonight for Arkadelphia, a huge crowd here from the Delph here tonight in Northeast Arkansas.
Yeah, I'll look across and see the home stands and look down and see Arkadelphia. There's as many, if not more, Arkadelphia fans here than there are Southside fans.
It's been a great turnout here tonight, and not an easy drive either. It took us about 3 hours to get here earlier today. We did run into a little bit of traffic on the way up here, but overall a nice drive up here to a nice stadium here in Northeast Arkansas for not only a developing community, but a developing football program.
It would have been nice to go into the sportsmanship rule so we could get a head start home, but we'll take it the way it is.
That's right, and right now Badgers in the driver's seat, 37-14 your score. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the second half here on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Price & Company Insurance is the area's only trusted choice independent insurance agency. What is that, you might ask? An independent insurance agency works for you, the customer, and not the insurance companies. So the next time you're shopping for home, auto, business, life, or health insurance, we invite you to experience an unprecedented level of customer service and expertise. Call or click for a quote today.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia.
All right. Second half action coming away again here in just a few moments. This is Jeff Root. Along with me is Chase Hartzell. Chase, we got a few scores for folks. At halftime, Shiloh is leading Ashdown 14-0. Also at halftime, Stuttgart is leading Elkins 21-7. Malvern playing well tonight. It's 14-14 against Rivercrest at halftime. And at halftime, the game most interesting to us, Crossit 24, Ozark 14 at halftime. That's a key because Arkadelphia, if the Badgers can keep this lead and win tonight, will play one of those two teams.
That's right, and we knew that this was going to be a tight contest heading into this week.
Yes, we did. Arkadelphia would love to play at home again, but they're going to hit the road either to Crossit or to Ozark. Ozark's the easier drive. Crossit's the more familiar opponent. Years ago, Crossit played in the same conference as Arkadelphia. Can you imagine making that trip every other year when they were in the same conference? But in more recent decades, they have been an opponent that Arkadelphia has seen in the playoffs. Other scores tonight, Robinson having no trouble at halftime, 42-0 over Pocahontas. And at halftime, Warren having no trouble, 28-0 over Truman. On the other side of the bracket, Robinson and Warren stand out as the leading candidates to be one of the two teams in the finalists.
That's right. We were talking about this at halftime. Could prove to be a very beneficial draw for the Badgers on this side of the bracket. You know, we talk about those perennial contenders in the 4A, and most of them are on the other side of the bracket. Of course, Arkadelphia right there among the mix. But on that far side, you have Robinson and Warren, and really the only thing standing between Arkadelphia and Little Rock, you have this matchup this week, the next week, and then you're looking at a potential matchup with what's presumed to be Shiloh Christian at this point in the season. Ashdown giving them a good fight right now. But right now, just with a win here tonight, just 2 games standing between Arkadelphia and a third trip to Little Rock in 5 years.
Shiloh is certainly accustomed to having more than 14 points at halftime, but so far they're shutting out Ashdown. Ashdown, a lot of talent, They've not been able to put the ball in the end zone so far tonight.
That's right, and that's a talented defense up there in Northwest Arkansas. Shiloh Christian has been known for excellence on both sides of the ball, but we talked about it at halftime as well. This Ashdown defense may be one of the best in the 4A classification. They've just gotten shut down by an equally excellent defense on the other side of the ball. An excellent game going on up there right now in Northwest Arkansas, and it'll be interesting to see how that one closes. The Panthers still right within striking distance in that one.
One more 4A score for you. Prairie Grove leading Lamar 23-13. I tell you what, the conference looked good last week with only Fountain Lake losing last week. And tonight, Arkadelphia and Robinson, of course, playing very well, leading by quite a lot at halftime. A big shutout going for Robinson, and Arkadelphia, of course, leading 37-14 at halftime. But Malvern's having a good game against the favored Rivercrest. It's 14-14 at halftime. That's an impressive showing by the Leopards.
That's right, and really all season, postseason long, I should say, you're going to get a fight out of a 7-4A team, because even last week you talked about Fountain Lake falling. That was not without a good fight from the Cobras, and we know that we've been battling with limited numbers this year with injuries. Not much going their way, but they continued to have that fighting spirit all the way into the postseason, almost pulling off the upset at Pocahontas, but they ultimately fell in that one. But still, the other four teams, they're right back in here in the playoffs in round 2. And then you look at Malvern trying to pull off the upset at Rivercrest tonight. Arkadelphia and Robinson with sizable leads at halftime. And then, Ashdown right now only down by 2 scores against one of the best teams in the 4A on the road. Still well within picking up a victory there on the road.
Other games of interest to folks in the Arkadelphia area: Prescott 22, Bismarck 8. That is a third quarter score. And Gurdon is having a difficult time tonight in the third quarter. It's Desark 42 and Gurdon 0. Arkadelphia, a really good first half, almost an even better first half, but a touchdown on the very last play from scrimmage in the second quarter for Southside. And it is 37 for Arkadelphia, 14 for Southside, but Southside will get the ball first. I'm sure if you're on the home side of the stadium tonight, what you're thinking of is a touchdown on this possession, and suddenly it's a 2-possession game for the rest of the second half.
That's right, Jeff, and thus far they did have some good momentum heading into the locker room. That was a fairly quick drive there from the Southerners. They were able to drive it down the field in about 3 minutes. That's by far their fastest drive of the night thus far, but usually we're going to see this team take 3 to 6 minutes per drive, and when you're down by 3 scores here at home, the time becoming the enemy quickly here for Southside. They're going to have to do something pretty quickly right here to try and swing that momentum in their favor. They did get a little bit of it, as I mentioned, heading into the locker rooms, but you know that the Badgers are going to be motivated, looking to pick up the victory here on the road. They will tee it up to kick it away to start out the second half.
So it's a nice lead for Arkadelphia, but a very important defensive stand here to begin the third quarter. Since Southside scored a touchdown on the last play of the second quarter and they get the ball first to begin the second half, Arkadelphia has got to come out with the same kind of enthusiasm here in the third quarter that they showed and that served them so well in the first half. Spencer Allen is set for the kickoff. He's had an excellent night, perfect on his extra points, and he's even made a tackle tonight. And he's set for the kick. Second half is underway. Line drive kickoff. It will be caught in the air at the 15-yard line, returned up to the 20-25-yard line. This is a good return out to the 39-yard line. Some good returns by the quick return men, and that time was the quarterback. Landon Haas returned that kick. He's got 4.6 speed and showed it that time. He'll line up at quarterback. They're going to spot the ball at the 39, I believe. They're going to take the ball out, bring in another one, and I think he's going to put it down at the 39. Let's see. No, 38-yard line. So from the 38-yard line, first down and 10 for Southside. Haas is a good quarterback. Touchdown pass just before halftime. He's going to run it this time. They'll hand it off. To the right side it goes. They'll run behind their big right tackle and gain some yardage. On the carry was Jacob Dunn. Dunn had 106 yards last week on 18 carries against Star City. He has not carried nearly as frequently so far tonight. That gain up to the 41-yard line. So it's second down and between 6 and 7, we'll say. Second down, closer to 6. On second down and 6, another handoff. This is Dunn again. He's got some yardage. He's close to a first down. He'll fall forward and be very close. Just depends on the spot. Ooh, that's a pretty good spot. He might have it. It is a first down. I thought they were going to stop him short, Chase, but he was able to twist and turn and fall forward, and he got a good spot. You can tell it was a good spot because the Arkadelphia fans in front of us didn't much like that spot, but it's a first down for Southside at its own 48-yard line.
That's right. It did look like he was stopped about half a yard shy of the sticks, but the official's going to go ahead and move the chains here. Another solid run from Dunn, and that sets up another first down from the Southsiders.
2 running backs in the formation, a lead blocker, and this is Dunn carrying the ball again, but Arkadelphia is on top of him, and this time he gets back to the line of scrimmage. And unless he got another good spot, I think he got nothing.
And that time, Arkadelphia pushing the pile against that offensive line and was able to wrap up.
Second down, 10 yards to go for Southside. The quarterback is Haas. He's the leading rusher for this team. Caleb West has played quite a bit, but right now in the backfield, they've got along with West, Jacob Dunn. He's a 3-year starter at running back. And they're going to run it. This is West. He's got some yardage across the 50 to the Arkadelphia 46-yard line with a good spot. They are going to say the 46-yard line. So he picked up 6, and it's 3rd down and 4. Probably 4-down territory. Trailing Arkadelphia. So on 3rd down, a running play. Haas in traffic is going to get some yardage, but Arkadelphia pushes him back, and that's going to be short of a first down. 4th down coming.
And it looked like there was a little bit of talking there on the front lines there. It looked like there was a little bit of talk between the offensive line.
The spot was the 44-yard line, 4th down and 2. On 4th down and 2, Southside will hand off, hit in the backfield by Ware. Other Badgers fighting. It depends on the spot, but I don't think he got it. Let's see. Arkadelphia's offense wants to come on the field, and I think they will. They're going to spot the ball at the 40. Ooh, my, he's moving it to the 43. But I think Arkadelphia has it. He is a little bit short. That was another good spot, but short of a first down. So Arkadelphia takes over on downs, an opportunity to push this lead back out again.
Well, and a couple plays ago, there was a little bit of talking on the front lines there. It looked like one of the offensive linemen for Southside was trying to get under the Badgers' skin, but that gave him a little extra motivation there on those last 2 plays at the line of scrimmage. The Badgers able to hold first on that 3rd and short situation, then on 4th and short. And now Arkadelphia's offense with a chance to get back out onto the field for the first time in quite a while.
Badgers line up at their own 43-yard line. First possession of the second half. They scored 37 in the first half. And they're going to throw the ball. Into the flat it goes. This is Hughes. Latonio Hughes, a good run. And a big first down inside the territory of the Southside High School football team. And they're going to mark him down at the 36-yard line. First down and 10.
Nice play there from Hughes. It was a good pass from Witten there into the flats on the screen pass, and Hughes doing the rest there, picking up the Welch Funeral Home first down.
From the 36-yard line, Arkadelphia really finding a beautiful weapon in Latonio Hughes offensively tonight. He's been a great defensive player. He's overcome injuries, now looking really good. Running play up the middle and a lot of yardage for Bailey. Big hole open by the offensive line. He gets first down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. First down and 10.
And that time, a little bit of aggressiveness there up front from Southside. Trying to jump the gun there a little bit, and that opened up some space up the middle. Kudos also to the Arkadelphia offensive line, able to hold off the defenders from the outside as Bailey takes it up the middle for another first down.
Tight formation for Babb and Trip Campbell on the left side. Up the middle it goes. Bailey's caught from behind, but he outruns 2, breaks another tackle, and falls inside the 20. Good run in traffic. Well, you know, when you run right out of defense and it suddenly looks like a punt return, the offensive line's just doing a huge job up there.
That's right, and they've opened up opportunities for ball carriers as well as wide receivers all night long. It's been an all-around phenomenal performance by Arkadelphia's offense once again. looking to put up here with a touchdown, 40 points for the 9th time in 12 tries this year.
Flag goes down just before the play starts. Going to be a procedure penalty against Arkadelphia's offense. That'll move him back by 5. It's going to turn into 2nd down and about 10 as they move it back. Arkadelphia will line up. Crowd on the home side trying to get active here and cheer on their defense because the Badgers are in a position to really put an immense amount of pressure on Southside here in the 3rd quarter, already leading by 23. Trying to make it 30. Once again, they had a 30-point lead in the 2nd quarter, but gave up a touchdown on the last play of the 2nd quarter. Handoff. This is Bailey's hit in the backfield. He's got nowhere to go this time. Ooh, they came at him in the right gap, and they caught him. So Bailey goes down, maybe a loss on that carry, and it's 3rd down and long. An official timeout for injury, and I'm still looking to see who was injured. On the far side, is there an injury? We've got a trainer crossing the field. There's somebody on the far side off the field, and so they're going to pause the game momentarily. Let's keep it here to see if they get the game going again in a moment. That was off the field. I'm not sure what happened, but the trainers are going to see after that person. And because there is a timeout, both sides will now go to the sideline, and we'll take a break. We'll take a break. It is Arkadelphia 37, Southside 14, 7:42 left in the 3rd quarter, and we'll be back after this.
R&T Dixon's Exxon stores are proud supporters of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Locally owned and operated by Randy and Tanya Dixon, we welcome you to visit any of our 3 convenient locations in Arkadelphia and Caddo Valley. Fill up your tank and get your snacks in our stores located at each I-30 exit and also near downtown by Washita and Henderson. Visit Dixon's Family Store at 3036 Pine Street or Tiger Mart on North 10th Street in Arkadelphia, or visit Dixon's Valley Exxon at 144 Valley Street in Caddo Valley today. R&T Dixon's Exxon stores say, "Go Badgers!"
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are in your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, there is an injury on the far side of the field. It's off the field, an injury or some kind of medical problem because the trainers have gone to that side. The Southside team is on its knees on that side, but we're not clear as to exactly what happened. Both teams in a timeout right now, both teams with a chance to regroup. This is a very important 3rd down coming. Arkadelphia has 3rd and about 15 yards to go. Deep into Southside territory, the Badgers have run into an issue. Previously, last time trip down into this territory, Arkadelphia had a high snap that foiled a drive, and this time a penalty has created a problem. And Southside looks like it would like to come back and set up, but the officials are not ready yet for action. Still have somebody down on the far side. Somebody down on the far side, but Arkadelphia and Southside are just going to wait this out. No reason to go back to action as the trainers are all busy on the far side. I do see some movement over there now, and I hear clapping on the home side, so hopefully everybody's okay. I can't even tell if it's a player on the far side that was injured, as there are spirit groups over there as well. But a crowd has responded on the home side with applause, and now it looks like we're going to go back to football. That's good news. Whatever the problem was, perhaps it is not serious. Well, now I do see a Southside player who is sitting up, but still getting some attention. Back to pass is Whitten. He is under a lot of pressure, and they're going to sack him. They'll bring him down back at the 30-yard line, and Arkadelphia has 4th down.
We do have a penalty flag downfield, and there was quite a bit of contact.
Oh, he picked up the flag and put it back in his pocket. Picked up the flag and put it back in his pocket. Wow, okay.
It did look like there was quite a bit of defensive holding on that play, but the ref is going to wave off his call, so it will be 4th down now for the Badgers.
4th and 19. Whitten wants to pass. Got a little bit of time. He'll throw it deep across the middle. He's got a wide open receiver. Touchdown Arkadelphia, Alex Loy. Nobody covered him, Chase. Middle of the field.
And the stunned silence and just standing there by the Southerner defense there tells the whole story. Nobody knew that Loy was open. He was able to just sneak back in the back way, and he was wide open there in the middle of the end zone. Huge connection there downfield by Donovan Whitten on 4th down, and the Badgers have the first score here in the second half.
Extra point is up, and it is good again by Spencer Allen, and Arkadelphia now owns 44 points so far tonight as we are 6:51 left in the third quarter. 14 for Southside, 30-point lead for the Badgers. We'll be back after this.
Under perfect conditions, your car traveling at 65 miles per hour can stop in about 300 feet. That's the length of a football field.
But a fully loaded tractor trailer, one that weighs 80,000 pounds, will take 2 football fields to stop. And that's if the driver is rested, paying attention, and the truck and load is properly maintained.
If you're in an accident with a big truck, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
Get the experienced team that's going to be on your side, by your side.
Well over 200 yards now, passing a 30-yard touchdown pass from Whitten to Alex Loy. 30-yard touchdown pass on 4th down and 19.
It was a huge play for the Badgers, and how about Loy there getting free without the secondary detecting him at all. They were trying to bring pressure onto Whitten, and that left Loy wide open in the middle of the end zone, and now the Badgers back out to a 30-point lead for the first time since that last play of the first half.
Now the pressure is really on Southside's offense to try to keep its team from being mercy ruled here in the second round of the playoffs. Brock Curry's line drive kick goes through the legs of the Southside return man. He'll pick it up at the 6. He'll be hit at the 6 and driven back to the 4. Oh, Southside's in some real trouble now.
That's right. On that time, or on that play, he was just trying to pick up the ball, and it went right through his legs on the bounce. It was a friendly bounce for the Badgers. All the returner could do right there was get back to it and try to pick it up and move it forward. But that gave the Badgers special teams unit enough time to get downfield and make the tackle inside the Southerners' own 5-yard line. They may say it is at the exact 5-yard line, but still not good field position here for Southside to start out this drive. They've got to march 95 yards for the score.
He picked it up at the 6, took a step back, and was immediately tackled. Now a running play, and they're going to get back maybe to the 6-yard line. 2nd down and 9.
A little bit of
2nd down and 9.
Flaring there up near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the freshman Wimberly got a little bit exercised, but his teammates just grabbed him and said, you got to calm down. Everything's fine. We're winning by 30, and he's going to stay in and be just fine. From the 6, 2nd down and 9. Haas at quarterback will hand it off. It goes wide to the right side, but not a lot there. Yardage out to the 12, maybe the 13-yard line.
That was Case there on the carry for the Southerners, and he's had quite a night for himself. That time, another good run there for the sophomore, and that's the important thing. He is just a sophomore. A lot of football left in the career for this young man, and he's got quite a future here at Southside High.
He got 6, so it's 3rd down and 3. Haas at quarterback will hand it off again. Running play to the right side, and I think he's going to have a first down up to the 17-yard line. On the carry that time was Jacob Dunn. They gave it to the senior on 3rd down. He got the first.
And that time, the Southerners handing it off to the man that they like to call the Dunn Dozer. That time Dunn just running it up the middle for the first down, and it proves effective as he's able to push the pile forward. And now the Southerners will keep the chains moving, but the clock is still rolling.
Haas at quarterback, running backs to his left and right. They'll go to the right side again. Not much room there, and a flag down on the tackle. Let's see what this is going to be, either a holding or a penalty on the tackle. Not sure which one. No gain on the play, and an injured Southside player as well. Looks like he's either got a cramp or a leg issue of some kind. They'll spot the ball. Face mask call, so they'll mark it off against Arkadelphia. Major penalty, they'll call it. Major infraction. They'll mark it all the way out to the 33-yard line. So Southside has a first down at its own 33-yard line. 5:01 left. We're in the third quarter. Arkadelphia leads it 44-14. That's the Arkadelphia High School cheerleaders and the visiting crowd right in front of us that you're hearing. Everybody excited on the visiting side tonight as Arkadelphia's played a beautiful game. Run to the right side, a little bit of room there. He'll make yardage up to the 39-yard line. On the carry that time for Southside was Colby Harris. He's a junior running back. As you were saying, Chase, there are some good young players for Southside, and this is a growing school. They're going to be a strong football program for some time.
A lot of upside for Southside. And they are moving up classifications to 5A, and it looks like they may join their friends up there across the White River, the Batesville Pioneers, a long-time rivalry. That'll be interesting.
Really nice play by Kewen. A tackle and a loss of a yard. Injured player was the ball carrier, Seth Case, who I think hit the turf pretty hard with his knee. But a good tackle, good pursuit by Kewen. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line. It's third down. Third down, 4 yards to go. Case is going to leave the field. He'll be replaced by Caleb West. Haas goes to the sideline, gets the play, and he lines up his team. He's a good quarterback. Landon Haas has had a big senior year. 1,400 yards rushing, 844 yards passing coming into tonight's action. But Arkadelphia has done a good job against this high-scoring offense of Southside. They have not been high-scoring tonight. Haas gets his play, looks over the defense. Third down, 4 yards to go. He's going to run it. Quarterback keeper. Good run by the quarterback, and he'll make a first down up to the 45-yard line. He's very shifty, good in close quarters, and he got the first down.
And that time, Haas showing you why he's the leading rusher for the Southerner squad. It was a nice option read on that play. Quarterback keeping it for himself. He got some nice blocks there to the left side, and it gave him enough time to run upfield for the first down. Excellent all-around play for the Southerners, but a good job there from the Badgers defense, able to limit the damage as he gets just past that first down marker.
Yeah, an extraordinarily good spot there. They give him the 46-yard line. And on first down, nice job of catching a high snap. He'll hand it off, but they're not going to make it back to the line of scrimmage. Arkadelphia has a couple of defenders in on the tackle. And they're going to pull him down. Davis was involved in that. Also, with the first hit, was Alex Turley.
And on that play, it looked like his offensive lineman got in the way for him there a little bit, shifted the block right in front of him. He had nowhere to go, but Arkadelphia able to adapt to the play, gets around the blocker, and makes the tackle in the backfield. Good play there from the Badgers defense. And it'll be 2nd and 12 now following the tackle for loss.
A couple of nice gains for Southside, but still, they're eating up a lot of clock. 2:23 left, clock running late in the third quarter now. Arkadelphia leading by 30. And timeout has been called by Southside. They're going to call timeout with 2:13 left in the third quarter. Arkadelphia 44, Southside Batesville 14. We'll be back after this.
For over 75 years, Mary and Martha's Florist and Gifts on Main Street in Arkadelphia has served the people of Arkadelphia and her surrounding communities, providing a wide variety of floral and gift needs. Do you have a special occasion that calls for just the right touch of creativity? Join the many who call David Goodman at Mary and Martha's to create a floral arrangement to fit their needs and budget. Call Mary and Martha's at 870-246-2446 or visit their location at 921 Main Street in Arkadelphia. Mary and Martha's Florist is a proud supporter of the Arkadelphia Badgers.
Been a lot of fun to call the game from the visitor side, and a press box that is low enough for us to get a close look at the Badgers coming on and off the field, but also a big Badger fan turnout here, and a lot of friends right in front of us. It's been kind of fun tonight. Second down, 12 yards to go for Southside. They're going to hand off, running up the middle for a short yardage, maybe about 4 yards on the play. The carry by Blaine Warden. It's going to be third down, and they'll need 8 more. Third down and 8. Let me change my mind and say Pierce Duncan got that carry. 6'1", 180 pounds. He's a junior. Plays a lot of defense. Got a chance to run the ball on that play, and he checks out. Checking back in is Seth Case. Good to see that he's okay. The sophomore has had a good game, injured a few moments ago, but he's checked back in. He's speedy. He might get the call. They're going to do a little counter play, but nowhere to go. And a flag down. It's going to be another horse collar. Going to be another horse collar. Buckley got a hold of him. Thought he had his jersey, but the official believes that he had him by the collar. And that's going to be the call. The tackle was made for about a 3-yard loss, but they're going to mark it off against Arkadelphia. And our friends in front of us are not altogether happy about the call.
Well, and this officiating squad tonight not doing much to endear themselves to the Arkadelphia faithful. It's been a rough night on this side of the field, but still up by 30.
They're going to put the ball down at the 40-yard line of Arkadelphia. First down and 10. Running formation, but the quarterback wants to throw it. He'll fire the ball deep, and he'll miss his intended receiver, who was double covered. Really good coverage by Bailey and Ware. Bit of a trick play. He was hiding the football chase, but had no one to throw to.
That's right, and it almost looked like he was just kind of holding it there to his side or maybe behind his back, trying to play it off as if he had handed off the football, but Arkadelphia able to read it. The secondary dropped back like they were supposed to on that play, and they ended up forcing the incompletion. All around a good play in response to the trick play.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball at the Arkadelphia 40-yard line. Clock is stopped right now at 1:17 left. Here's a running play, and it's going to get some yardage. He'll fight for more. This is a tough team for Southside. They'll fight for yardage, but a gain of only 4. Third down and between 5 and 6 to go. We'll say a full 6 yards. They'll spot the ball at the Arkadelphia 36-yard line. We're under a minute to play in the third quarter. Arkadelphia leading by 30. Love to have the ball back and try to send this to the good sportsmanship rule, but Southside's on a drive trying to score. They're going to run again. Right at Arkadelphia. Breaks into the open. That's a big run. And a nice gain for a first down all the way down to the Arkadelphia 15-yard line. Beautiful run by Jacob Dunn, his best run of the night. 195-pound running back, and he made good yardage that time.
That was a strong run there to the outside, but how about Ollie Ware? He had a stiff arm there up in his face, but he never gave up on the tackle, was able to slow Dunn down and got a little bit of help from his teammate to make the tackle.
Running play by Dunn again. They're going to knock him down about the 10-yard line, but he's a tough runner at 195. Trying to get into the end zone one more time as Southside before the quarter ends, but we're down to 14 seconds left. Clock continues to run.
We'll see if they try to run one more play here. 8 seconds remaining, and it looks like they will.
You're going to have to hurry. 4 seconds left. They look to the sideline. I don't think they're going to get this off. They're not. They're going to let the quarter run out. So we've reached the end of the third quarter. Arkadelphia 44, Southside 14. Fourth quarter action coming your way next after this.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets. Cuckoo Crusties.
There's no promo. It's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Austin Wingfield in Arkadelphia today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We want to say thank you to State Farm and all of our sponsors all night long, all season long. Say thank you also to Dairy Queen for their sponsoring of the games every week. Everybody's so glad that Dairy Queen is in town. Want to say also thank you to Bell Wealth Services. Our old buddy Blake Bell, former Badger himself, Blake Wealth Services, a sponsor tonight and all season long here in Badger football. Well, Arkadelphia is trying to defend, not give up a touchdown here as the fourth quarter begins, but the Badgers do have a 30-point lead.
That's right, Jeff, and this is an offense from Southside that likes to take their time moving the football along. Now really not much of an option but to have to run with that up-tempo, down 30 and just 12 minutes to go here. It's going to be an uphill battle for the Southerners as they look to stave off elimination.
Ball spotted at the Arkadelphia 9-yard line. Second down and 3. Second down and 3 from the 9-yard line. Two running backs in. Quarterback will keep it himself. He'll try to break it to the outside, but immediately he is tackled by Jay Sean Davis. In on defense, Davis makes a open field tackle as the quarterback tried to break it to the outside and lost yardage in the process. Tackled at the 10-yard line. It is third down and 4. Our friends in front of us didn't like the spot, but I thought it was pretty accurate at the 10-yard line. I will very quietly agree with the official. Running play. Ooh, and he slipped down. Trying to make a cut was done. The big running back didn't plow straight ahead. He tried to make a cut, and he slipped down just short of the 10-yard line, I thought. Let's see where they spot this one. Yes, at the 11. Suddenly, instead of second and short, it's fourth. Fourth down. And they're going to need about 5 yards. Timeout has been called, and so we will take a break. The score, Arkadelphia 44, Southside 14, 11:09 left in the football game. We'll be back after this.
Locally owned and operated, Java Primo is the official coffee house of ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. In addition to coffee, drinks, and desserts, we also have wonderful options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Shop our gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com or visit us on Main Street in historic downtown Arkadelphia. Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more says, Go Badgers!
Fourth down, 5 yards to go for Southside. Trying to score here early in the fourth quarter. Arkadelphia 44, Southside 14, 11:09 left in the football game. Arkadelphia would like to get the ball back and send this to the good sportsmanship rule with one more score. But Southside wants a big fourth down play. Fourth down, 5 yards to go. Haas lines up his team. He's got Dunn to his left. Arkadelphia shifts on defense. He'll roll to his left. He's got some room. He is running for a first down and more. Knocked out of bounds before he got to the end zone. But a good run by the quarterback Haas, led by his blocking back Dunn and his left tackle, who was able to do some nice blocking on that side. We had mentioned his name once before. The 300-pound left tackle is Caden Majors, 6'2", 300 pounds. He blocked well on that play. From the 2-yard line, first down and goal. Haas runs to the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown for Southside. 11 minutes exactly left in the football game, and Southside is continuing to stave off the good sportsmanship rule. Now a flag goes down. Two players were having a conversation, and now a second flag goes down. Well, goodness. No pushing and shoving, just some words between a couple of players.
And it is interesting to get this call at this point in the contest because there have been shared words before this point in the game, but the referees have let it go up to this point. This time, though, looks like we've reached the breaking point as we see multiple flags after that last play.
Unsportsmanlike is the call. And I think they called it against Arkadelphia. And now it looks like it's offsetting. I didn't see the motion against Southside, but I think there surely was because it looks like it was offsetting. They have an opportunity now to try the extra point. Looks like they would like to kick it. No, it looks like they're going to go for it. Go for two. Going to go for two. And they're going to run a trick play. Ball gets loose, and they will fail to make the two-point conversion. Ball bounced around between a couple of different Southside players, and Arkadelphia just tackled anybody near the ball, and that was it. Two-point conversion fails, and the score is Arkadelphia 44 and Southside 20. We'll be back after this.
Roadrunner is fueling good 1 gallon at a time, including for our very own Arkadelphia Badgers. When you fill up at Roadrunner's designated spirit pump on Pine Street at I-30, 3 cents of every gallon will go straight back to our school. This fall, Roadrunner is giving us the option to fill our tanks and our cups with a free fountain drink when we show our spirit pump receipt. In just 2 years, Roadrunner has donated more than $75,000 to local schools through this community-based initiative. We can't drop the ball now. This football season, let's head to Roadrunner to support our Badgers. Follow Roadrunner Stores on Facebook or visit roadrunnerstores.com for more information.
Arkadelphia 44, Southside 20. 11 minutes exactly left in the football game, and the Badgers will probably see an onside kick, or they might kick it deep. We'll see. Badgers have Bailey deep, along with Latonio Hughes. So Southside might just as well kick it short as take a chance on either one of those young men returning a kickoff. Badgers look like they're ready for an onside kick, and we'll see. Southside had 2 successful onside kicks against Star City last week. They have not had a successful one tonight, but they have tried it once. Here's the kick, and it is a line drive shot that looks like it's headed out of bounds, and it is. He just tried to kick it short and high, but it was a line drive and bounced out as it hit the turf. First down and 10, Arkadelphia. They'll mark off the penalty to the 35, and it'll be first down for the Badgers and another opportunity for this offense to put more points on the board.
It's hard to believe it, but I believe this is just the Badgers' second drive of the second half thus far for Batesville Southside. The game plan in terms of milking the clock has worked thus far to their advantage. They have controlled time of possession. Unfortunately for them, it came at a time when they were already down by quite a sizable deficit on the scoreboard. And now Arkadelphia has the ball back for the first time here in the fourth quarter, looking to put up 50 points for the second time in 2 weeks.
Here's Witten at quarterback. He'll send Davis in motion. He'll fake the pass to him, and he'll run. Up the middle, Witten has some yardage to the 40, 45-yard line. He's to midfield and down at the 48-yard line of Southside.
Excellent run there by Witten. Wasn't phased at all, knew that the contact was coming, but still ran right among the defenders and finally wrapped up after a Welch Funeral Home first down. Excellent quarterback keeper there for Arkadelphia's QB.
He'll pitch it to Davis. Davis looks for space. He'll get away from 2 defenders, run past another, and make a big run. It looked like nothing was there, and he got 11 yards.
And that's the Jay Sean Davis effect right there, creating space for himself with a huge, powerful run up the middle. Was able to shake off the contact and extend the play.
Arkadelphia lines up, first down and 10 at the Southside 38-yard line. Badgers just been moving it all night long. Handoff. This is Davis. Davis hit immediately. He'll fall forward, make a yard or two. Well defended that time by Southside. Southside does have some size at the line of scrimmage, but this offensive line has just dominated tonight.
That's right, and it seems like this Arkadelphia offensive line continues to get stronger with each and every game, and that's been the case again here tonight. Another fantastic performance up front.
Witten at quarterback wants to throw the ball. He does, and it is incomplete. Oh, a false start. That's the call. He did throw the ball, but they had blown the whistle, so a false start. No, against the defense. Not a false start. Instead, offsides, I guess, against the defense. Going to be a 5-yard penalty regardless. Second down and 5, 9:56 left. Clock stopped momentarily. Arkadelphia still on the move with a second down and 5. Back to pass is Whitten, looking short. Throws it to the sideline. Nice catch by Trip Campbell. That's enough for a first down.
That was some good coverage there by Justin Van Atten for Southside. He was there in coverage with Campbell, but Campbell able to resist the contact there and hauls in the football, taps his feet to stay in bounds, and keeps the chains moving for the Badgers here. It's 1st and 10 at the Southern 23-yard line.
Whitten at quarterback. And a flag does go down as a Southside player did jump off sides. And they'll move it 5 yards in Arkadelphia's favor. First down, 5 yards to go. Ball now inside the 20-yard line. Mark it at the 18. On first down and 5, the Badgers line up. Trip Campbell to the left side. Tight formation to the right, the wide side of the field. Ooh, a snap that got by the quarterback, but the whistle blew before the snap. Let's see what this is going to be. Getting a little bit sloppy here in the last few plays on offense and on defense. Let's see what the call is going to be here. Officials having to talk about it. They did stop play before the snap. That's why Whitten didn't see the snap coming, because the whistle had blown. Going to be a call against the defense. It should be a first down for the Badgers. 9:24 left in the football game. Arkadelphia 44, Southside 20. First down for Arkadelphia. Yeah, 2 5-yard penalties, guys. It has to be a first down. There it is, first down Arkadelphia. They're going to spot the ball at the 13. Whitten at quarterback. He sends in motion Davis to the wide side. He'll set up as a split receiver almost to the sideline. Whitten will throw it short and incomplete. Tried to get it to Bailey. Bailey was well covered and did not catch the football. So, second down and 10.
And that time it was just excellent coverage from Southside with maybe a little bit of miscommunication there at the end of the play. I don't know if Bailey was quite ready for that pass yet, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Arkadelphia spreads the defense again. Tight formation to the short side of the field, but wide formation to the wide side. And that's Alex Loy, split wide to the right. Davis is the running back next to his quarterback, Donovan Whitten. And now we're going to have a break in the action. So timeout is called. 9:08 left in the football game. 44 for the Badgers, 20 for Southside. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands. Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Well, Chase, it's not that the game is in doubt, but the Badgers want to play well in the red zone. They've tripped up a couple of times in the red zone tonight. Don't want it to happen here.
That's true, and we've talked about Southside being unable to slow down the Badgers on a lot of these offensive drives. They have had a couple of good holds, including one down here at this far side of the field, when a little bit of a miscommunication on a first down snap led to a second and long. The Badgers made up the ground, but not enough to pick up the first, and it resulted in a turnover on downs. This time, 2nd and 10 as they go back out onto the field, and still a lot of football left to be played, not only on this drive, but in the football game.
From the 13-yard line, 2nd down and 10, Badgers line up. Whitten at quarterback. To his left is Davis. They're going to fake it to Davis, throw it back to the left side. Trip Campbell, he's got some room to the 5. Touchdown, Arkadelphia! Nice play call during the timeout. Got it to Trip Campbell and got the Farm Bureau touchdown.
It was a nice connection there from Witten, and we'll try to get another look at it right here. Either way that time, it was Witten. He had his man in the flats, and Campbell able to do the rest with his feet, able to maneuver around the defenders and into the end zone for the score for Arkadelphia. There's the PAT from Spencer Allen, and the Badgers back up by 31.
Allen has been perfect again. What a great year he has had kicking. 9:02 left in the football game. Arkadelphia 51, Southside 20. We'll be back after this.
When severe weather knocks you down, Shelter Insurance is there to help pick you up. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
In Arkadelphia, contact Shelter Agent Chad Kesterson.
Doctors Gary and Rob Rucker are proud sponsors of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Dr. Gary and Rob Rucker supporting the Badgers since 1996.
May have to get word to the sideline. The Badgers need to score only one more touchdown because Jim Rothwell's almost run out of lines on his stat sheet.
That's right. It's been a great night here tonight for the Badgers. And right now, they've been in this position a few times before already here tonight with one more score putting them in the good sportsman rule. But we talk about all the great scoring we've seen here tonight. The Badgers putting up 50 points for the second week in a row. And the Badgers scored 40 points or more in 7 of their 10 regular season contests. Never eclipsed that 50 mark, though. They've reached it twice here in the postseason. Seems like this Badgers offense is getting better as this year goes along.
Brock Curry's kickoff is allowed to roll. It's picked up and returned. Tackle made at the 28-yard line. First down and 10 for Southside, and the Badger defense comes back out onto the field. High five out there between Kewen and Wilson. Tell you what, Arkadelphia's defense, led by those two young guys and some of the other veterans out there, what a great job they have done. Checking into the game, playing some linebacker tonight as well. Hayden Harper's in right now. At cornerback, Latonio Hughes, who had a big touchdown offensively tonight. And they're going to run the ball. Seth Case is back in. He gets the carry, and he's going to pick up 5, maybe 6 yards on the carry. That's going to run some clock, though, if they go back to their normal offense. 8:40 left, clock running. Second down, 4 yards to go. Southside not really in a hurry. I think sensing that they are not going to be able to score this many points and catch up tonight, but they're going to run that offense. And Seth Case has nowhere to go on second down. Tackle made by the 9th grader, Wimberly.
Wimberly that time already showing some of the prowess of a veteran. Remember, this is one of his first experiences with varsity play. He came in early in this game to fill in for Solomon, and he has been making some impact plays here tonight, that time with a tackle for loss. I feel like we're going to be calling his name a lot more over the next 3 years.
Haas has third down and 5 now, and they're going to run a little misdirection. To the far side it goes. There's a good run for a first down. They're going to knock him out of bounds short of midfield, but again, that's done on the carry. The big senior having a good second half. Now a flag goes down at the end of the play. Goodness gracious. Well, the officials trying to keep people from getting too aggressive in between or after the whistle, and so they're going to call a penalty, I think this time against Southside. Sure did look like a dead ball foul. Let's see. Going to be unsportsmanlike call against Southside. That's going to move them back. Would have been a first down at the 49-yard line, but instead of major penalties, going to push him back. Clock stopped at 7:43. Arkadelphia leads it by 31. Timeout called, and coaches will talk to their players, and we'll take a timeout also. Once again, Arkadelphia 51, Southside 20. We'll be back after this.
Thanks for meeting me here.
No problem. You know, Farm Bureau Insurance has local agents making this kind of thing real easy.
Well, your auto insurance has saved me a lot on old Becky here.
Harold, your dog swallowed the remote again.
Who's that?
Older Becky.
Oh. Ugh.
Real service, real people. That's Farm Bureau Insurance.
Call Clark County Farm Bureau today at 870-246-4554.
A lot of Farm Bureau touchdowns tonight for Arkadelphia. A lot of Welch Funeral Home first downs tonight for Arkadelphia. A lot of points for Arkadelphia. It is Badgers 51 and Southside 20, 7:13 left in the football game tonight. Officials are having a conversation with a couple of Southside players. And now we're back to action. Rolling to his right. Haas wants to throw deep. That ball is wobbling, but caught. Big catch. And a gain up to the 45-yard line. Nice catch on the play for Southside. Making the play was Tyler Jones, a junior.
That was just a good catch and a good throw there downfield. Looked like it was wobbling up in the air there for a little bit, but Jones able to adjust to it, and he picks up the huge gain.
Here's Seth Case looking for yardage. He'll be tackled and brought down. Nick Williams on the tackle. That's a young man who's played well. Nick Williams, only a 10th grader.
And Williams made his presence felt there late in the regular season. He had a couple of picks in the last 2 weeks of regular season play, including ones against Boxside and as well as against Malvern at home in the Washita River Rumble, and he's made quite a name for himself here in this sophomore campaign.
Haas tells his wide receiver something. Now he fumbles the snap, but he's going to run with it, and he's going to have a little bit of room on the far side. He's going to make yardage. Finally knocked out of bounds by Arkadelphia. Big gain, though. First down at about the 20-yard line. Southside is looking to score one more time. Well, if they score here, we might just see Arkadelphia set a new record for number of points this season, because as long as Southside's scoring, Arkadelphia is going to keep the first team in and keep scoring themselves.
That's right, and we talked about it, that season high a week ago against Clinton at home, 56 points. The Badgers already within a touchdown of breaking that mark here tonight.
Haas at quarterback will hand it off. Here's a run to the left side, a big hit this time.
It was number 5, Landon Kewen, getting to the ball carrier, and what a year the senior has been having. He's had a great night here as well. We talked about how he and Wilson, along with newcomer KD Young, how they've been stepping up front, just making huge plays, giving those offensive lines and those ball carriers of opposing teams headaches all throughout 2021.
That was Pierce Duncan for 2. On 2nd and 8, they'll run it with Dunn, and Dunn is hit, but will make some yardage up to the 15-yard line. From the 15-yard line, they're going to need 5 more. 3rd down and 5. On 3rd down and 5, Dunn and Haas have been the major contributors to this offense tonight for Southside. They have put 3 touchdowns on the board, but they've given up 51 points on defense. Back to pass, Haas looking downfield. Now he's in some trouble. He'll avoid a tackler, and I believe he's going to be short. I believe it's going to be 4th down and a yard. Stopped him at the 11-yard line, 4th and a yard. Arkadelphia would love to get the ball back. The offense is gathering in case the defense can stop Southside on 4th and 1.
And if the defense does manage to get the stop here, Arkadelphia's offense with a chance to drive down the field and finally force the
Haas at quarterback goes to his left, looking for yardage. He's tackled, spun out of bounds by Young, but I think the spot will give him a first down just inside the 10. Good tackle by Katie Young, but Chase, I think he got the first down.
It's tough to say from this angle.
Ooh, they spotted it right at the 10, not inside the 10, but it is a first down. And the Arkadelphia crowd not happy about it, but he got the first down right at the 10-yard line. First down and goal from the 10.
They will give him forward progress on the play. It was tough to tell from this angle, but they had a better view down there on the sideline, and it looked like Haas had just enough to pick up the first.
Hand off to Dunn. Dunn's got blockers in front of him. He'll be tackled, but he's got yardage all the way up to the 4, maybe the 3-yard line. Good run in traffic by the 195-pound running back. Second down and goal from the 4. Now spotted at the 4. Second and goal from the 4-yard line. Southside trying to get back in the end zone and eating up a lot of clock in the process. Low snap. Now they'll hit Dunn in the backfield, and he'll go down. Lost back to the 6. Big play. Oh, my. I think we saw no flag down. The visiting crowd here in front of us wanted a flag, but no flag down. So from the 6-yard line, it is third down and goal. Well, tonight in the broadcast, you've heard touchdown Arkadelphia a lot. You've also heard come on ref a lot because we're right in front of the visiting crowd here, the Badger fans. Run to the right side, some room there, and they'll knock him out just before he got to the end zone. But that's, and a flag goes down after the play. What is that going to be? Not sure. Haas made the run, got hit, knocked out inside the 2. And let's see what the call is going to be. Quite a lot of contact from Haas with his left hand as he had the ball in his right hand, but it looked like a stiff arm. Let's see what the call is going to be. Going to go against Southside.
And there was some frustration there from Haas after that play. He kind of threw his hands up there as if he'd made a mistake. I think he might have said something that the ref didn't take too kindly there. And
when he stiffed armed, he did make contact with the defender's helmet, so maybe that was the call. But whatever the call was, it was a bit surprising. Maybe something that happened that we just couldn't see or hear.
Well, they did indicate unsportsmanlike conduct, so
we've had a lot of those here in this game. It has been two teams fighting very hard. Back to the 17. They'll throw a pass out in the flat. It is caught, but well defended by Arkadelphia. 3 Badgers in on the tackle. And it's a loss back to the 17 or 18-yard line. Well, Arkadelphia, I think, took the ball away from him. Oh, that was fourth down. Okay, we got first down on the box because it's Arkadelphia's ball. You're right. That was fourth down after the penalty. So Arkadelphia gets the ball back on downs, and the Badgers finally have a chance. Although it's late in the game at 3:22, they could finally send this to the good sportsmanship rule if they get one more score.
Well, Jeff, and if there's a silver lining in all of this, I guess it's that Arkadelphia with a chance for a team best in scoring this year. 6 points would put them at 57. Their season high, as we mentioned earlier, is 56 against Clinton a week ago. And we are going to see the first team offense come back out on the field for one last drive.
Yeah, they want to at least keep the ball and run out the clock. We'll see. There's a run right into the middle of the defense, and Davis is going to gain a yard or two, and clock's going to run. We're going to go under 3 minutes before the next snap. Trip Campbell lined up wide to the left side, this side of your screen, this side of the formation. Babb and Bailey also on this side, the wide side of the field. And Alex Loy is to the far side. They're letting some clock run at 2:47 left. 15 still on the play clock. Arkadelphia is ready for action. Donovan Whitney's had a big night at quarterback. They're showing blitz. They are coming after him. He'll pitch it out to Davis, and Davis finds some open field. He's got a lot of room to run. To the 40, to the 50. Jay Sean Davis to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. That's a touchdown, except there is a flag down back at the 20-yard line. Goodness gracious. Flag down back at the 20-yard line. Wow.
And if I'm not mistaken, Jeff, that may be the first holding call we've had tonight. We haven't seen it very often. They've been letting the play up front, but this time taking away a huge run from the Badgers.
Wow. Back at the 20-yard line. Looks like it's going to be a holding call against Arkadelphia. What a wonderful run by Davis. He ran through traffic, and then he hit the open field and outran the secondary. That's the thing about Davis. He's a big, big running back, but he's got excellent speed.
Well, and we know that he's capable of doing it again. We've seen it before this season. After a penalty, Davis breaking into the open field, so hopefully we'll see it again right here.
They blitzed from the inside. Witten pitched it to Davis on the outside, and he found the open field. But somewhere in all of that, an official saw a hold and made the call. All right, second down and long now after that call. They'll put the ball back just short of the 11-yard line, ball across the 10. Badgers line up offensively. Again, we're down to 2:11 left in the game. 2:11 left in the game. Arkadelphia lines up. And they're going to hand it off. Here is Davis. He might be a little tired after running for that long touchdown, and he'll gain about 2, and they'll line up again. And I think they're willing to let the clock run, and surely Southside is willing for that to happen. 1:45 left, still 33 left on the play clock. We invite you to stay tuned for our post-game show, sponsored by Blend Real Estate. We'll have a conversation as Chase Hartzell will go to the sideline and talk with Arkadelphia's head coach, Trey Shucker. We'll have an offensive and defensive player of the game. Our stat report from Jim Rothwell. Going to be a lot of interesting stats tonight with the Badgers scoring so many points. Here's another handoff to Davis. Davis breaks into the open field, and here he goes again to the 20s, to the 30, breaks a tackle, still on his feet to the 50 and dragged down at the 48-yard line of Southside. And another flag goes down after the play. This is going to be a dead ball penalty. We'll see who it's against. 1:06 left in the football game. Arkadelphia 51, Southside 20. Game prolonged not so much by action but by flags tonight. Going to be a call against Southside, I believe. That's one frustrated team lashing out a little bit after the play. The gain was to the 48 of Southside. The penalty will take it 15 more. So from the 33 of Southside, Arkadelphia lines up. 1:06 left in the game. They're going to go to victory formation. Well, this is a good call. Just let this game in with a big victory for Arkadelphia. In victory formation, Witten takes the snap, takes a knee, and that's going to do it. Arkadelphia is going to let the clock run. They'll probably have to snap it one more time. And that will do it. Arkadelphia is going to have a second-round victory, and the Badgers are going to head to round 3. We'll have scores from other games in our post-game show as well. Our fourth quarter sponsor has been Eccles Thompson and Kneebone. Our post-game sponsor coming to you soon, Blend Real Estate. Arkadelphia will need to snap it one more time, and then they'll go to this victory. A nice, long, but happy drive home for all the Badger fans and for the Badgers themselves. Witten to a knee. Congratulates Jay-Sean Davis. Congratulates the officials. And with 24 seconds left, both teams now getting ready to greet each other at the 50-yard line. The Arkadelphia Badgers are going to move to 9-3. 9-3 on the year. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a win for Arkadelphia. Final score, Arkadelphia 51, Southside Batesville 20. We'll be back with the postgame show. Blend Real Estate as the sponsor after this.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets. Cuckoo Crusties.
There's no promo. It's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Austin Wingfield in Arkadelphia today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The Board of Directors of South Central Arkansas Electric Cooperative believes in the necessity of high-speed internet access in rural South Central Arkansas. South Central Connect was created to fill a need other internet providers are not able to provide to our area. South Central Connect, through our local cooperative, brings the necessity of internet service to your house, much like they did electricity in the 1930s. Sign up today at southcentralconnect.com or call 855-269-3429.
R&T Dixon's Exxon stores are proud supporters of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Locally owned and operated by Randy and Tanya Dixon, we welcome you to visit any of our 3 convenient locations in Arkadelphia and Caddo Valley. Fill up your tank and get your snacks in our stores located at each I-30 exit and also near downtown by Washita and Henderson. Visit Dixon's Family Store at 3036 Pine Street or Tiger Mart on North 10th Street in Arkadelphia, or visit Dixon's Valley Exxon at 144 Valley Street in Caddo Valley today. R&T Dixon's Exxon stores say Go Badgers.
This was a night when it truly pays to have an accountant as your statistician, because the numbers are rather high tonight. Arkadelphia with a 51-20 win. Jim Rothwell is taking care of our stats. He's going to join us in a few moments. But first, Chris Babb joins us. Chris, what a game for the Badgers as they win in the second round and invite themselves to go deeper into the playoffs.
Well, it was a good win. It was a fast start. Coach Shucker talked about needing a fast start in the pregame show. They got the fast start, and they continued that start. You know, it was a tremendous first half. You know, obviously we would have liked to be 37-6 at halftime. Might have been able to get out here a little bit quicker, but regardless, that's the way it played out. The Badgers just a complete effort offensively and defensively.
I tell you what, we've got to say now, Southside's a good team. They came in at 9-2 before this football game. They've played well this year, but they never really were able to get into a game they were comfortable with because of that fast start by Arkadelphia. Touchdown on their first 3 possessions for Arkadelphia tonight.
Really just kind of came out and just kind of, just kind of punched them in the mouth early. You know, offensively they were clicking. Defense, they were able to get a couple of stops and really just really kind of took the wheel early, and it was just a really, really good effort for Arkadelphia.
One of the things you have to contend with when you defend Arkadelphia is that literally they have people all over the field who can score touchdowns from a distance. I mean, you've got Davis obviously playing so well in the offensive backfield, but Braylon Bailey almost said, I went back to 87 there for a moment.
You did.
Braylon Bailey, really great offensive first half also. And then, of course, Whitten can run as well as pass. You got a lot of ways you can go with this offense. Loy's a great receiver, other great receivers on the team. Hughes had a big touchdown tonight. So many different people who can score for Arkadelphia. It presents problems for defense.
Well, he really did. You know, Jay-Sean Davis gets a lot of the attention, but golly, Braylon Bailey, when he touched the ball in that first half, he was electric, and it was fun to watch, breaking tackles, making runs, making catches. You know, we saw that touchdown pass that he caught in the first half. We saw it on almost an identical play a couple of weeks ago against Bauxite. Arkadelphia's had a lot of success with that. And so Braylon Bailey, Jay-Sean Davis, Latonio Hughes had a pass, and you could kind of see on that play that Latonio scored that long touchdown. He was lined up in the slot, and Arkadelphia had 3 men over Southside's 2, so there was a mismatch. He got a great block from Alex Loy. He was able to run down the sideline, cut back against the field, and get a good touchdown.
Even though the Badgers gave up 3 touchdowns tonight and some yardage, and Southside did keep the ball, their time of possession will be reasonably good tonight. But still, when you talk about this team and holding them to 20 points, that's an achievement for the defense also. At one point, we saw a high five between Kewen and Max Wilson, a couple of real leaders on that defense. But let's also mention that we hope that Jelias Solomon is okay. He was injured on the first play from scrimmage tonight. But after that, the true freshman came in, and Wimberly played an outstanding game on the defensive line.
He did. Nykeeson did a really good job. Had probably a little bit more action than he was expecting tonight. Arkadelphia was going in, down one defensive lineman, and then Jelias went down on the first play, and Nykeeson had to come in quicker than he thought he might have to. But he did a great job, and I do believe I saw Jelias jogging at halftime, and so hopefully that was just a minor thing, and Jelias will be back, so that defensive line will be back to full speed.
When we come back, let's talk about scores a little bit, and then we'll go to stats, and we'll have the interview with Coach Shucker as soon as Chase is able to bring that to us also. So a lot going on the pregame show, sponsored by Blend Real Estate and our friend Kerry Garnett. We'll be back with more after this.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are in your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And we are back with more of the halftime show. I'm sorry, the postgame show. I'm so excited about the team. We don't have another half to go. It's over at 51-20.
Yeah, it's a good thing because I don't know if you would have been able to crouch down in that position to broadcast another one.
I will admit I called the game while basically laying down on a table so I could stick my head out the window, and that may be why you heard quite a bit of crowd noise tonight. But it was fun to be over here with the Arkadelphia fans.
It was a good crowd, as Chase mentioned. And, Jeff, you mentioned scores before the break. Let's take a look at the 4A scores that are finished. Lamar gets a 1-point win at Prairie Grove, 24-23. Shiloh Christian shuts out Ashdown, 21-0. So Shiloh Christian advances. Arkadelphia 51, Southside 20. Rivercrest gets a close one over Malvern. Rivercrest wins 28-21 over the Leopards. Valiant effort there. Arkadelphia will be headed to Crossett next week as Crossett goes to Ozark and defeats Ozark Hillbillies 44-20. Impressive win when you go on the road to Ozark and win, and Crossett did it in dominating fashion. So Arkadelphia will go back to Crossett to play in the quarterfinals next Friday night. Robinson defeats Pocahontas 49-7. Warren defeats Truman 35-7. Man, that's a long trip back to Truman for the Wildcats. So those are the 4A scores that are finished. And then still in action, Stuttgart defeating leading Elkins 56-28, and that's the only other 4A game still in action.
Well, it does look like Robinson and Warren are the class of the other side of the bracket, both with big wins tonight. I'll tell you what, you got to give some credit to Malvern for playing well. They lost tonight, but they played well in their contest, losing 28-21, as you said, to Rivercrest, a very good team. But then, of course, Ashdown didn't score tonight, but held Shiloh to 21 points. So Ashdown was in the game throughout the contest. And we've got a chance now to go down to the sideline. This is an opportunity to hear from Arkadelphia's successful head coach. Second game of the playoffs, another win for Trey Shucker and the Badgers. Here's Chase Hartzell with Coach Shucker.
I'm sitting here now with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Coach Shucker, congratulations on a huge win tonight. How does it feel to get this first road win of the postseason?
It's phenomenal. You know, I thought our kids traveled really, really well. They handled the whole process of the day really well and came out here and stuck to the game plan and executed really well.
And we saw another variation of the wing tee offense again here tonight. This time the gun tee from the Southerners. The Badgers have had a lot of experience with that offensive set throughout the season. Just another variation of it here tonight. Would you say that helped you prepare for this matchup?
Yeah, absolutely it did. You know, seeing the wing tee and the gun tee all year and multiple teams really prepares for tonight because Maysville Southside does a great job at what they do. They execute it well. They have a lot of variations of different things and have a lot of different plays and more plays out of it than the previous teams that we saw. And our defense did a great job preparing, and our kids came out and executed really well.
Now, were there any standout moments or performances to you down there on the sideline?
Well, just by looking, I'll have to look at it, but you know, Landon Kuhn had a big night. You know, it looked like our D-line had a really good night tonight, also getting after it and making plays in the backfield. Just overall, defense played well. Offense, you know, we got the ball out into a bunch of different people. Deshaun Davis had a big night, you know, in our passing game and the rushing. You know, Braylon Bailey, can't say enough about him. He had a huge night also in offense and defense. You know, Donovan had a smooth night as well. He was very efficient with the ball, and just proud overall. Our offensive line did a great job at picking up different things. Just an overall team win.
All right, well, thanks, Coach. Congratulations, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you. Go Badgers.
Overall team win it was. We're just about ready for a stat report, but I want to talk about something first, Chris. I tell you what, Arkadelphia is going to play the day after Thanksgiving. And this is part of what you've got to build when you build a winning football team. Guys that want to play a long season and keep playing into holidays.
I remember a few years ago in 2014 or 15, Coach Butch Alexander was on the staff with Coach Eldridge and Moreland and that crew. And Coach Alexander said, in order to win a state championship, you have to be good. You have to have things go your way, but you have to have players who want to be playing football 13, 14, 15 weeks. And not every situation is like that. I mean, not that teams who are playing tonight that don't win don't want to be, but it does take a lot. It takes a lot of time to practice for that, but it is a special thing to be practicing over Thanksgiving week. This is a thing that this group did not get to experience last year after they lost in the second round last year. So they'll get to prepare for a quarterfinal game at CrossFit next week.
Well, you have to embrace the idea that you're going to have a very long season. You got all that practice even before the first game, and then you play that many games in a row without a break. And then, of course, with that one bye between the non-conference and conference season. But then I tell you what, Chris, you also got to love it. And the guys looked tonight like they were having a good time. Despite the penalties toward the end and despite the rough feelings at time as Southside was frustrated losing the game, despite all that, the Badgers looked like they were having a lot of fun out there tonight.
It is a lot of fun when you play like that, especially in the first half. But I get you. They had, I think Coach Shucker said in the interview, they traveled well, meaning that they knew what was at hand. They took care of their business on the bus at Searcy High School where they did their walkthrough and just kind of had a good approach. And they were having fun out there. Success leads to that, but they were having fun. It was a good effort for the Badgers.
Jim is wrapping up his statistical dissertation. So Chris, let's stay with you for a moment and talk about an offensive and defensive players of the game. He's on the last chapter of his dissertation over here. He'll be with us in just a minute. Offensive player of the game, Chris. You got a lot of choices. Who to go with?
Boy, I don't know. Obviously, Jim hadn't told us the stats, but some of the plays that were made early in the game and the types of plays that Braylon Bailey had, I would have to think that Braylon Bailey is up there for, he had a touchdown catch. He had a huge run in the second quarter. Just every time he touches the ball, something can happen. And there was one series when Jay Sean was out, having a bandage rewrapped on his elbow, and Braylon was the running back, and he produced there. So, obviously Jay Sean Davis could almost be the player of the week every week. Donovan Whitten had a nice game from quarterback, running, passing the ball. I think Jim will say his stats, obviously over 200 yards. But golly, Braylon Bailey would be up there for me.
I agree with you on Bailey for sure. I'll also mention that Whitten threw for almost 200 yards in the first half, but he also threw to some players that were wide open. There was some great scheming before this game, and the defense had trouble covering up everybody that was a threat, and a couple of times they left receivers wide open, and Whitten was able to hit those passes for quick and easy touchdowns.
Yeah, it was a very well-called game. Arkadelphia had players in wide open spaces. Coach Shucker says a lot of time he gets to want the ball to his playmakers in space, and there was a lot of space to get that ball to Braylon Bailey. Latonio on the swing pass out here and let him do what he does. Alex Loyce touchdown to the right end. Donovan bought some time, and then Alex was, as wide open as you could get with 30 yards of scrimmage, so yeah, there were some well executed plays tonight for the offense.
Bailey is the offensive player of the game, then, out of many possibilities. What about defense?
Coach Shucker mentioned Landon Kewen. Saw Marvion Berry on a lot tonight. Braylon Bailey was also on a lot tonight, but I don't know how many tackles, but Landon Kewen had to have a whole lot of those, and kind of that linebacker leader. We saw a lot of plays up front, but Landon Kewen would be a pretty good pick for me.
I love Landon Kewen as a pick also, and we'll also say that at crunch time, Jay Sean Davis is playing more defense right now.
Right. Later in the season, you expect to see your dudes on the field, and Jay Sean is one of those, and he's an imposing force there at linebacker.
Offensive player of the game is Bailey. Defensive player of the game is Kewen. We're going to go to Jim Rothwell now, who's got some important stats for us because, Jim, it was a big night for the offense.
It was a big night. We'll start with Whitten. 11 out of 12. He didn't miss a pass to the second half. It was a little screen pass to, I think, Bailey over there. 11 out of 12, 281 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Wow.
Also rushed 5 times for 40 yards. Total offense, 321 yards. Davis had 2 receptions for 24. Rushed 10 times for 76. If he hadn't had the one call back, he'd had over 100 yards rushing. So he ended up with total offense of 100. You were talking about Bailey. 4 receptions for 94 yards, 6 rushes for 86 yards, 180 yards there, 2 touchdowns for him as well. A big night there. Just his explosiveness. I mean, there was times when he would make cuts, and you'd look and think, how did he do that? How did he see where to go?
Right.
And avoid that. But again, spreading the ball around. Campbell 2 for 24 in a TD. Hughes had 4 for 94. The long catch there, and 1 TD. Loy 1 for 30 and one TD there. Just spreading the ball around. The big plays there that Arkadelphia can make. Just what we saw last week. Just big plays. They don't keep the ball very long because they score so quick. I haven't run the total plays yet, but they're not going to have many total plays altogether. So they just score so quick. Defensively, Arkadelphia did a really good job. The Southside threw 11 times, completed 4. A couple of those were on the first half ending drive. Only had 55 yards. The 1 TD, but did have the 1 interception. And Arkadelphia came close to getting a couple of other picks as well. Rushing, for a team that rushes the ball, Arkadelphia did a great job. 58 carries for 262 yards. You can live with that. For rushing, Haas had a big night, 17 carries for 101. Dunn had a big night, 15 carries for 68. Harris had a big night, 10 for 42. At times, West came in, and he ended up with 8 carries for 29 yards and a TD. So what we expected from them, a lot of running, spreading the ball around, but Arkadelphia overall did a really good job. They really didn't give up any long runs except that scramble by Haas, and then there maybe a couple of other Dunn had one long run for about 20 yards, so you didn't have that breakaway run for a TD. That was just Arkadelphia's speed on defense, being able to do that.
We've been saying it all year, Jim. This is a very dangerous team, Arkadelphia, dangerous in the playoffs, and they're showing it right now with 2 big wins in the first 2 rounds.
Other than just a few mistakes they made, I don't think they would have been stopped all night. The one bad snap, I think there was a penalty maybe it stopped one. They couldn't stop. Southside couldn't have stopped them. It was Arkadelphia that stopped themselves.
Even early in the game, you got the feeling that Arkadelphia would just outscore whatever Southside was able to do.
Once they got the lead, you thought, they're not going to catch up because they can't match Arkadelphia's score.
That's right. And that's what happened. Arkadelphia with the big win tonight.
Yeah.
Jim, thank you so much for the statistical report and the analysis here in the post-game show. I want to say thank you to Coleman Callan, who is our big hero tonight, for finding a way in our low location and press box with narrow windows, a way to catch the entire game end zone to end zone. We appreciate that. For my on-air partner, Chase Hartzell, and for the captain of our team, Chris Babb, I want to say thank you as well. Final score tonight, Arkadelphia 51 and Southside Batesville 20. We'll be in Crossett next week. We're going to bring you that game. So go to Crossett, follow the Badgers. If you can't make it, turn on and we'll bring you the game. We'll be there. Looking forward to it. Good night, everybody. And Abby, Daddy's on his way home.